The Monstrous Playbook is an adventure podcast for grown-ups. It contains violence and profanity and deals with adult themes that may be uncomfortable for some listeners. Specific content warnings can be found in the episode show notes. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to the Monsters Playbook, and another episode from our Off the Books series. This week's episode is going to be a little different. Jonny and I recently played in a live Monster of the Week one-shot over on the Sero Does Stuff Twitch channel. Jonny was the keeper, as usual, but I was joined by Sero from Redgate and Wolf, Jason from Memester of the Week, and Mr. Ray from $2 Creature Feature to play as the Remingtons, a family of monster hunters who are contestants in a monster hunting themed game show where they must face off against the renowned Crest-Colgate family. Yes, you heard that right. Jonny does love NPCs with weird-ass names. Before we launch into the game, I wanted to give a huge thank you to Sero. As this was a live streamed game on our Twitch channel, she has graciously allowed us to play it here for you on our feed, but that does mean that we are going to have this be a lightly edited version of the recording, and the audio quality might not be the same as you're used to with our regular episodes. But with that out of the way, let's get this family feud started.
Hi, I'm Sero, and this is my Twitch stream, Sero Does Stuff, because I does stuff, and sorry, Jonny, but we fuck the grammar here. And that stuff is usually TTRPGs, and today is no different as we have a Monster of the Week one-shot called... Oh, actually, what is it called? Home is where the hunt is. I have so many things, okay, guys? So many things. All at the same time for, some reason. Anyway, it is a monster hunting family on a reality TV show where we compete against another monster hunting family, and gosh, who knows what'll happen. But what can happen is the fun, awesome things that we have that you guys can do to influence the game, and I'll just quickly go through them. You guys are aware of Kiwi coins. Bottom left of your chat box there is the little Kiwi icon. Click on that. You can give us, if you spend your Kiwi coins, a plus or a minus to a hunter of your choosing. Yes, there is a cooldown period. Mahahaha. But if you want to spend some money, give us a tip or some bits, you can also influence the game. As you can see there, we have options for cutaway cams where you can force one of the hunters to go into a little interview room and talk about what the fuck is happening and how they feel about it, just like happens on a reality TV show. There is also one called Monster Shit, where something will be triggered by the monster. Probably a hard move by the keeper Jonny there, supposedly likable Jonny. And we also have the Crest-Colgates, who, if you haven't guessed by now, the name of the other family. We hate them already. We know nothing else about them except their name, Crest-Colgates. And that'll give them an advantage or a breakthrough on the competition, which will put them ahead of us, which will make us hate them even more. I think that's about it. I'll quickly go through and introduce everyone and then hand it over to Jonny. We're just going to talk about who we are. If you want to pimp anything, you guys know me already, but we'll go around and we'll start with Lauren. Lauren, where can people find you? What is your Monster of the Week credentials?
Yeah, so I'm Lauren. I play with Jonny on the Monsters Playbook podcast. We've been doing this for a few years now, and our current campaign is actually kind of approaching end game. So if you haven't joined us yet, now's a great time because there's a whole bunch of backlog to get through. But you can find us pretty much anywhere that you get your podcasts. And then we are Monsters Playbook on pretty much all of our socials except for Twitter/X because of character limits. We are Monster Playbook.
And of course, we have Jonny from the same things. Do you need to even say anything, Jonny, or should I just...
No, I'm good.
You're good? Okay. We'll skip over to Jason. Jason, hi.
Hi, hello. Yeah, I am Jason. I'm the keeper for Memester of the Week. Here we are on Streamster of the Week, our Twitch channel. We also play Monster of the Week. We're basically like as legally distinct from Scooby-Doo as we can be. And we are over here having a great and terrifying time. So come hang out with us sometime. And then we also stream games like Hades or Inscription, and tomorrow Nancy Drew. So have fun with that.
Ooh, awesome. And to round it out, we have Mr. Ray.
Hi, I'm Mr. Ray, and I have never played Monster of the Week ever. I joke. I am the keeper / producer or what have you of $2 Creature Feature, an actual play Monster of the Week podcast. We're in our third season. Every season is a different setting. This season, all of my hunters, I decided I'm just going to cut magic out. So there is no magic in this setting. So the hunters had to build characters. It's very X-Files-esque is what I've been saying. So yeah, we've been enjoying it though. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Jonny, I guess you'll introduce us to the game show, so to speak, and to our characters. Please take it away.
I think I'm just going to start with the opening crawl of the show itself, which I have scripted out because I'm semi-professional and I have a cat in the lap. Not anymore. Welcome to Juniper Springs, Minnesota, a medium-sized third-ring suburb that finds itself on the move. Populated primarily by commuting office workers, the city has been reasonably prosperous thanks to a healthy flow of tourists. Local lore maintains that in the 1920s, Juniper Springs was a major hub for the rum runners and bootleggers for the organized crime outfits up in St. Paul. Now, the city with the colorful past is being pushed into the future by a series of condo buildings going up around town. And they're not the only invaders threatening Juniper Springs this week. Recently, the ghostly image of a girl has been appearing on TVs and computer monitors throughout the city, which is really freaking everybody out. And that sets the stage for this episode of Home is Where the Hunt Is, America's favorite monster hunting competition show. I'm your host, Vince Nichols, and with me, as always, is former wide receiver for the St. Louis Roommates, Catch Fletcher. Catch, introduce me to our families this week. Thanks, Vince. This week, we have some bona fide royalty on our show. Globetrotting Rusty and Vera Crest-Colgate, along with their children Tony and Maddie, are here. They all have long, fancy names as well, but I've been hit in the head way too many times to be able to make sense of any of them. Longtime viewers will recognize the Crest-Colgates as the champions of Hunt Season 2, and if you live in the tri-state area, they are also the family that rescued the New Jersey Goat Man from those aliens last year. With us also is the Remington family, who I will allow to introduce themselves, starting, I think, with Patriarch Vlad Remington.
Huh?
No idea if that's a bit or anything. Could be genuine. We will never know.
Host Vince Nichols is sort of looking off camera and like, is he mic'd? Sir?
Huh? What? Yeah, I'm mic'd.
It's your turn.
My son's Mike, but
introduce yourself.
Oh,
My son's Mike.
I'm Vlad Remington, and you're watching Jackass.
No, Dad!
All right, I'm just kidding.
Dad, we legally can't say that.
I'm Vlad Remington, and I'm a bear of a man. Yeah, it's good, right?
Sure.
Why don't you tell the folks at home a little bit about what you can do? How did the Remington family come to be potentially the number one monster hunting family?
Well, our family's been in the business for quite some time. Goes through generations, and we're a branch off of the Wardwell family, if you know who they are. I've been sponsored by God through a situation I really don't want to go into too much detail about. But you bathe in a pool of blood, and suddenly Odin expects you to. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to say something?
That's fine. It's just a lot of details.
Oh, right. I can turn into a bear.
Good job.
Yeah. For the love of God, somebody take this mic from me.
How about a word from the lady of the house?
Yes, I'm Trish. Nice to meet all of you. Trish Remington, matriarch of the family, and just super excited to be here. With my darling children.
Hi.
Yep, that's little
Hi.
Nora. She's the apple of my eye. And then we have Mike, and he is just the smartest little kid you ever did have. But I'll let them talk about themselves. I'm just here to be, a really supportive figure. I'm very empathetic. Sometimes I take on too much, and that just manifests in all sorts of ways that you'll just have to find out. That's it.
You seem eager, little girl. What's your name?
My name's Nora. Nora Helena Remington. I'm 9 years old. Ghost killed my friend.
Pat Nora on the back. There.
The football player is that's way too young, right? Not on this show.
It's only too young if it's for adult things. I can't do adult things.
Not on this show. And you, son, what's your name?
Oh yeah. Hi, my name's Mikey. I build things.
Nerd.
Nora.
Fuck you, Nora.
My God. That's the vibe. How old is Mikey?
Mikey is 16.
Oh my God. Yeah, you guys are going to have extreme sibling energy, aren't you?
Now what?
Well, now we basically, I think you are you're going to be in a sort of outdoor setup for this interview where it's you and your 4 folding chairs sitting opposite the Crest-Colgates in their 4. And for the folks at home, the Crest-Colgates need no introduction. They are all dressed like the guy from The Mummy, like the adventurer. They have khakis and linen shirts.
You mean Brendan Fraser's character?
Not
Yes.
Billy Zane.
Not Billy Zane.
Billy Zane was the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Brendan Fraser,
Aren't
my
they the bad
president.
guys dead? Are we gonna murder them?
Well, yes. I mean, if they're colonial swine, yeah, they kind of deserve what they got coming.
Rusty, are they going to try to murder us? So, yes, they are all blonde. They're all gorgeous. The husband has a dashing leather jacket and a dashing mustache. Children appear to be twins, and they look very much alike each other. There's a boy and a girl, and they both have very similar bright blonde page boy haircuts.
Wonderful.
You are correct to hate them, but I will
Why
point
do I
out
picture them talking like Augustus Gloop for some reason?
You know what? Roll manipulate someone, and they will.
Okay.
Manipulate the keeper.
7.
I don't think so. They will be
Yeah.
So what do
creepy.
you do to convince them?
What do you do to convince them to talk like Augustus Gloop? Yes, the smiles on the Crest-Colgates are stunningly white, like Rembrandt white. And so now it is just a matter of letting you know that they believe that there is a ghost somewhere loose in town. Someone has called it in. Someone called the TV tip line. And the sightings, as I mentioned, have so far been banal adjacent that there's just been... Good morning. There's been
Nora,
a...
what did I say about closing your mouth when you do that?
That
It
was
comes
really
out my
close.
nose and it hurts my nose because I had sody pop.
Just try not
Nice.
to do it to the microphone next time.
Oh, I forgot.
Now you see that, children? That's what happens when you're a bit too earthy. Rusty, don't be rude to the poor things. They're clearly provincial.
Hey, Rusty, look here. Do you want to fucking die?
You get him dead.
Large man, I'll thank you to use my full name. I barely know you. You may call me Various Crest-Colgate.
Yeah, no, I got better things to do. Talk about my kid again, and I swear to God, swear to Odin, the Allfather himself, they can spend 1,000,000 years and never pull you back together.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sorry. I know that we're at the jump of things here. Can I use science?
I think you mean may I?
I like to think we always are using science.
Yes. What do you want to use science to do?
So here's my justification. My dad's a big motherfucker.
Literally.
Very easy to just draw attention. Mikey, kind of a beanpole. So Mikey has been on his tablet this entire time while everybody is fucking around and introducing themselves. Can I use science to build a tracking device out of a button and a couple spare computer parts, and then have my autonomous drone fire that onto one of the members of the other family?
Let's see. I think so. I think that sounds fun.
Cool. So science, I get to roll sharp instead of weird. This is my first time using this playbook, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of reading. Sorry.
Mine too.
Yeah, weird. Using weird science, I get to roll weird science with sharp. Regardless of the result, I get to remove my choice of one of the requirements after they've been determined and say how I get around those requirements. So weird science, cool. So start off with a roll. Ah,
Dice down.
dice down, dice down. It's cool.
First roll
4 and a
of the night.
1 is
First roll of
5
the night.
plus 2 is a mixed success. So I get to pick a requirement, and the keeper picks a second one. Requirements can be, it needs to be rare or weird. It won't be reliable. It requires huge amounts of power or fuel. It will take a long time to get working. It won't work exactly as you intended, or I'll need help to finish it. I need this done now, so I don't want that. I think I want it to take a long time to get working.
Okay. That was the one I was going to suggest also. So I get to pick one?
Yes. Well, you get to pick one, but I get to say how I work my way around one of the things.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm going to say unreliable.
So I think the thing that primarily would make a tracking device unreliable is signal interference from various cell phone towers and radio signals all around in the world, especially in the technological age. And the way that Mikey gets around that is by co-opting some tinfoil to create shielding, essentially creating a Faraday cage within the tracker so it can send a direct signal to his satellite and then back down into his iPad for his whole situation.
This kid has a satellite.
My kid
kid
is
has a
so
satellite.
smart.
This kid has a family satellite that he built when he was 13 as a Christmas gift for his dad. Yeah.
Did
One of those
we
activity
give him
boxes.
that for Christmas? I don't.
It was made out of an old car that wasn't working anymore and a couch. The couch was mostly
Love
for
this.
just comfort.
Love this. Right, because you don't want to be talking to a satellite and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. So you tell me about this autonomous drone. You have a little thing.
In the gear for the action scientist, I have an autonomous drone that can shoot to harm far autonomous.
Nope.
And so instead of shooting for actual damage, I just want to send a little tracking beacon, like the spider tracers from Spider-Man on them.
Jonny, I just want you to know that Dixon has thrown bits at us for the
Yeah.
Crest-Colgates and also monster shit for later.
Ooh,
Great.
fun.
Off to the races. Well, I have a plan for the second, and I think I have a plan for the first. So functionally, what it pleases me to decide is that they will basically be ending this scene where you two are facing off at each other and giving each other the stink eye of just being off you go into the city to figure out where this monster is and how to defeat it. If it's not already clear, if you guys win this could be huge for your family. If you can beat the Crest-Colgates, this will be career making.
Mm-hmm.
And I especially love that idea because you guys are already giving me the vibes of like the family from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
You seem extremely effective and deeply unlikable.
What do you mean deeply unlikable? I'm lovable.
They
Well,
are
yeah,
all
that's why you're on the show. So I want two things to happen. I think the first thing that will happen is that for the home audience, there will be a cutaway to Vera and Rusty Crest-Colgates, who will basically just be grinning prettily at each other and smugly and be like, we already know who the ghost is. I doubt these people have ever cracked a book, let alone a history. This town is famous, and if you do even a bit of your research, darling, you'll be way ahead. Like us. The second thing, Mikey, so your tracker, yes, is going to take a while to get ready and show you any accurate information about the Crest-Colgates and their progress. But the thing it's going to do right now is like your whole tablet screen will go all white and then green and then show like just the texture of waving grass. And then a voice comes out of the speakers or into your AirPods, which I'm kind of assuming you might have in at all times.
One AirPod in at all times.
Very 16 years old. And it'll be like, it's a female voice. And it says, hello, are you listening?
Hello?
I can't breathe. It's terribly cold here and I can't breathe. It's so bright.
Can I roll investigate a mystery?
I would like for you to enroll investigate a mystery.
Great.
May I also roll either investigate or read about situation, but to investigate the Crest-Colgate family?
Sure, let's
I'm going to size them up.
deal with. Yep, let's do Mikey first and then Trish.
Okay. 5 and 4 plus 2 is 11.
Okay, that's 2 questions.
Doesn't matter how long you play this game, you can never remember all of the questions. So
I also have a long, proud history of not caring, so you can ask me anything. And anything you could reasonably figure out from this, I'll just give it to you.
okay.
Gonna go to game jail.
It's bright, it's cold. Pictures of grass? Interesting.
Yeah.
What is being concealed here? What is this ghost trying to communicate to me? Where are they?
Well, unfortunately, the answer to the first question is the answer to the second. What is being concealed is where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Fuck you, Nora.
No.
Like the constant bickering.
Mikey said a bad word again.
Children. That's another $1 for the swear jar.
Okay.
From you, Dad. I learned it from watching you.
What is it going to do? It's trying to reach out for what purpose?
I think in answer to that, ooh, I like this very much. In answer to that, the voice is going to say, would you like to dance?
No one's asked me to dance before. Sure.
Leave space for Jesus.
And I think because there was bits spent on this, Mikey, you are going to uncontrollably begin to dance the Charleston.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So as like the Crest-Colgates are headed off into town, you guys are sort of regrouping to figure out where to go. Mikey starts looking at his thing, and then he starts doing like kind of a wild swingy ska skank by all accounts. Trish?
So I had rolled to size up the Crest-Colgates, so could I have done that before they left?
Yes, of course. What had you rolled?
I rolled an 8, so I get to ask one question, which is perfect because I just want to kind of size them up from a kind of cursory glance. What does it appear like each of them maybe can do? Like, does one of them seem like a fighter? Does one of them seem like the smarty?
So, okay, their reputation precedes them. And I think there are some people who they probably don't do much to disabuse people of this notion, this idea that they can do magic. But the fact is, and you all would know this offhandedly because some of you kind of can. They very can't. They are each and every one of them 100% mundane. They are vainglorious but damnably clever. I think the father Rusty does have a past as an amateur pugilist, as he would put it.
Okay.
He was a dog?
So a shitty boxer.
Don't be a populist, Dad.
No, that's someone who discriminates against dogs.
We hate them even more.
Vera Crest-Colgate is a widely published author, both in sort of new age self-help books as well as monster histories.
I was going to guess Harlequin romances, not going to lie.
Me too, yeah.
Not under her own name, but not under her own name, but there are rumors. And I think both of the children are twins, Tremador and Larrington.
Are they both daddy Crest-Colgates?
That is an interesting question that you don't know the answer to because you've used up your question.
I get next one but why?
They're twins. The kids just seem to soak up information at a stunning rate.
Okay.
Like
I think it's Tramadol is sleep medication.
Yeah.
Tramador, who goes by Maddie, and Larrington, who goes by Tony.
Okay.
Not Larry.
Not Larry. He's very contrarian.
All right, so we need to find a ghost.
And your son won't stop dancing.
And my son is dancing. Mikey, what are you doing?
Yeah, so something weird happened to my tablet.
The voice in your AirPod is just giggling.
I may have done a thing, then some like grass showed up and a voice popped into my AirPod and said that it was very like cold and bright here. And then they asked me to dance and I said yes.
Oh, okay. It sounds like maybe you're like a little bit cursed or something. We should probably get moving though.
The curse of dance.
If you could do something about the curse, I'll figure out where to go next.
Yeah, I have a van,
help.
so we can take that if we want.
I can help. I can help because it's ghosts, right?
Probably. What are you thinking, Nora?
My nemesis.
Might be a ghost.
What do you got?
Wait, what?
My nemesis.
Oh, that's right. You sworn enemy against the ghosts.
I have a paperclip that looks like a kitty cat.
Oh, that's adorable.
Hun.
Do you know what, Nora? Do you see any ghosts around here right now?
Hang on.
And while she's looking with that, can I actually use my Curse Eater move, Devour Evil, to see if I can maybe disrupt this phenomenon that's happening to my son?
Yes. Roll one die.
Okay.
For the viewers at home, Trish Remington is a curse eater, which gives her the power to devour evil, at which point she can absorb curse from phenomenon minion or evil magic. If the die shows 1 to 3, she'll mark 1 corruption. 4 to 5, 2, and on a 6, 3.
So I rolled a 5, so that means I marked 2 corruption.
Okay.
Which, because I don't have any consumed magics yet, that means you get to give me some sort of power and side effect with it. I'm assuming side effect is I dance a lot. But I guess I don't know. It's up to you.
I think that's a fine side. I think, honestly...
Yeah, tell me what you want to do.
You can tell me what kind of power you think you'd like to get from this, but I think the side effect will be that you basically have, like... It's either that you can hear it or that it's just, like, desperately stuck in your head like a really bad earworm. Is like really peppy big band music.
Peppy band music? Okay.
Like the song Sing, Sing, Sing. You just can't get it out of your head.
Okay. Yeah, then I guess I hear it probably. I hear the music in my head. And then power to go along with this? I don't know. Maybe like I'm thinking either like something akin to like a tune-in type thing, or like maybe incorporeal type thing, kind of channeling spooky vibes a little bit. But I don't know what you think makes sense.
I think for reasons that I do not care to explain.
It's only like probably a one-time use.
Yeah, for reasons that I do not care to explain, you will be able to basically spend this thing to speak through or listen through cable lines that you can
okay.
send your voice or hear what's happening somewhere that there is a television in town.
Okay. So I can communicate sort of through or hear through these telephone lines.
Television.
So I have that correct? Television lines? Okay.
Can I use my weird move?
Love for you to use your weird move.
All right. I am using an alternate weird move. I am using Illuminated.
Okay.
Oh.
Which allows me to telepathically ask the secret masters for aid. And the secret masters I'm reaching out to are Hugin and Munin, Odin's ravens.
Okay.
So that is a 9. 6 on the dice plus 3. Oh, wait, but I get the plus 1 from the audience. So that makes it a 10.
Hey! Thanks, audience.
So can you tell me what that means?
On a 10 or more, the secret masters reveal a key fact, clue, or technique that will help you.
Ooh, I'm deciding how mean to be.
You're likable, Jonny. It says so on the overlay.
I know. I do
know
with a
better.
smile.
Also, from absorbing that curse, is Mikey no longer dancing?
Yes, Mikey, you are no longer dancing.
I was just doing it for fun at a certain point.
No, we
to be
just
honest.
keep doing it.
Now that I got
Mikey, you really
Charleston.
suck at dancing. I thought you electrocuted yourself or something.
It's
Yeah,
it's an old move. It's an old
Oh.
move.
It's
Entirely possible that both things happened.
Like old, like mum and dad old?
like from the 90s,
Older than that.
Yeah, like from the 1900s?
like ska dancing.
What's
Technically, yes, the 1900s.
With the dinosaurs, right?
So Mikey, I think the voice in your AirPod is just going to go, "Oh poop," and then giggle a little bit, and then fade out, and your tablet will click back to life.
Everything's looking all right now. They just fucked off.
They?
Hey, language.
What? Dad says it all the time.
Yeah, he does.
Do not take your father's example here. You know better than this.
When am I supposed
Mike.
to take his example, Mom?
And you yell it back at him too sometimes, I heard you.
Those are adult words for adults.
I'm almost an adult.
Me too.
You're up, but not yet.
I can get some words.
They're sentence answers.
I can
I
spell
am
it.
fully imagining this whole argument is happening, and Vlad is just drifting away to go find where two
Go talk
Ravens.
to fucking birds.
ravens have a lit on a mailbox.
Dad's
Oh,
talking
there
to his
goes Dad.
birds again.
I'll have to swear and talk to ravens. Dad shit.
Disconnected king.
Vlad Cam.
Oh, Vlad Kim.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So,
Yo.
This is like
yes.
your talking
We're
head.
going to cut away now
30
to you,
seconds into
Elmo.
the show.
on a colorful gradient background that the interviewers are trying to goad you into saying some shit about how your family fights.
Are my family fights? I mean, it's
All that arguing, and they were saying that that you're the one who taught them swearing. Is that how it is in your house?
well, I mean, every family has their flaws. I mean, what kid didn't learn from their father who was trying to fix something around the house? How to swear. I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, everybody swears, and the people who say they don't are the biggest fucking liars out there. Let's be honest.
That's perfect. And scene. That's one for the t-shirt. I think we're going to cut back now to you. People who say they don't are the biggest fucking liars. Cut back now to you. These two ravens have a lit on a mailbox, and they are looking at you, and they will sort of switch back and forth which one seems to be speaking directly into your mind. This town, they say, has two invaders, but they are not the two you think, and neither is a ghost.
Thank you for your wisdom. I will spill blood on this day.
Fuck yeah.
Also, I love to imagine he's not telepathically communicating with them, Like they're crows talking to it, and he's just right back.
That's me walking down the street in Japan. Those are so loud here. I'm like, and they're like, yeah.
So we should probably get going, fam.
Yeah, but we're not hunting a ghost.
What?
They just possessed my tablet. What do you mean?
I mean, I'm not saying there's not a ghost, but I'm saying a ghost isn't what we're after.
Interesting.
Oh, it's like a red herring.
I mean, the public does largely get things wrong 90% of the time. So
I don't know what fishing has to do with it, but
It's not a fishing. Oh my god. It's a decoy.
But I would. But I was going to kill a ghost.
and we
Well,
might, but that's not
Maybe.
the big. I tell you what, I
Dad?
promise I will make a ghost for you before the end of the day.
Oh, thank you, Dad. Dad, also, I have another question.
As
A
long as
ghost?
it's not
What?
ghost, yes. I thought you
Yeah.
were going to ask me about the birds and bees.
I already know about that. They don't do anything. They just pollinate things. Some people that have the what do they call it? Coidal?
Oh my god.
That's the cloaca, and that's what a shark has. Actually, I have two of them, which is
You have two?
weird to see. But
You have
yeah.
2 sharks? What?
No, sharks have. We're getting off topic. What were we asking about ghost?
Oh yeah, ghost. Can you make a ghost bleed, Dad?
Oh yeah, because you can kill it, and so if you can kill it, it can bleed.
Okay, but I mean it's already dead, so you're just gonna kill it again.
Yeah, death is kind of like a cake. It's got layers.
I like
And
cake.
They're
What kind
really
of cake,
sweet to
Dad?
just dive into.
Is it
A
chocolate?
death cake.
A death cake? Ooh, death by chocolate cake.
Yes.
We have cake.
After all this is over.
After we get into the van and start heading somewhere because that Colgate family is ahead of us.
Right.
Come on. In.
Why
In
do
we
they
go.
named after toothpaste?
In we go. I don't know.
So, this town, as I sort of mentioned, is a third ring Minnesota suburb, which means that it is between 70 to 85% single family homes. So it's just rows and rows of curvy streets. Some landmarks here that you should probably know about. One is the City Hall, which is where for going on 3 generations, one family has been the mayor of this town. It's the Darby family. Currently, it's Scott Darby is the mayor. There's a quaint little library and a pathetic little local newspaper. The other thing that you cannot help but noticing everywhere you drive is creeping into the sort of horizon or the skyline. There are these giant condo buildings going up at every end of town. There's one up by the city hall. There's one towering over the church. And there's one that seems to be literally they're building a big condo high rise in the fucking forest. So those things are everywhere. I think that the show might have told you of one of the first people to call in that they had been visited televisionically by a ghost was a old woman named Tilly Finch.
She said she was visited by a ghost.
That's how she put it.
Okay.
Televisionally.
Televisually.
Dad, what are newspapers?
I don't like it when you ask me that because I always tell you the same thing every time.
I forgot what.
They're lie factories.
They're lining for the puppy.
We have a puppy?
No.
Look, I found a stone that's really round.
Oh, that's
I
really
can't look,
cool.
I'm driving.
See?
No,
Where did you find the rock?
I don't know.
We're in the van.
It was in the glove box. What are these weird little packages of chewing gum, Dad?
That's Nicorette, kid.
Nicorette. It makes me tolerable.
Those are the reason that mommy will kiss daddy again.
We're not. This isn't that kind of show. We're not talking about our marital problems.
Lauren, you had a question.
I'm not going to fall into it like that therapist.
Ooh. I was gonna see if there is a screen somewhere that I could try to channel that power that I have.
Plus, there's a screen in the TV. I mean, in the van.
Whether it's in the van or, yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I know Mikey probably has his tablet. I don't know if that would count.
Probably tricked out the van on some level at some point. There's probably a previously existing thing of nonsense that I've done to the van.
Well, tell me about this van. How new is this van?
It's a 2009 Honda Odyssey.
If I'm vibing your family, there's no way that it is any newer than 2010. Which means if there is a television in this van, it has been attached, not installed, attached to one of the like driver or passenger side seat.
Mikey got bored and wanted to play Smash Brothers.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yes, there is a TV in here. It is very jankily attached. It has a GameCube.
Okay. And you said that I could kind of use this to like communicate? Is that what you had said the power was? Okay.
That's what I had decided the power was.
Okay. I want to try to reach out then through this TV by using one of my consumed magics, which would I think I can choose to either keep it controlled or uncontrolled. I will keep it controlled for now, I guess. So it'll get rid of this after I use it. But I think I just want to like try to communicate with this screen and like try to see if I can reach out to this like little ghost girl that everybody's been talking about.
Okay, so you're functionally trying to do like a version of TuneIn.
Yes. And I'm trying to kind of talk to this little girl and say like, hello, is there any little ghost girls in this television here? We're trying to find you. There might be another family coming your way. I don't think we want to hunt you or hurt you though. We want to, but we do want to find you and maybe help you.
I think I'm going to have you first roll use magic.
-1.
-1.
All right.
Thank you, Dixon.
It's an 8.
Pick a glitch. I'm also going to do something weird, but pick a glitch.
I would say let's go with problematic side effect.
That's perfect.
You're welcome.
I have a couple of things for you.
Oh, good. The GameCube functions as a spirit box. I love that. Yeah, instead of like the it's just like spirit crackling like music. Yeah.
Okay, so this is always very important to me, the physical arrangement of everybody. So Vlad is driving, Nora's up front, and then in the back seat, I think sitting in what would otherwise have been Mikey's seat is Trish, who is like, I need to do this to do a thing. So Mikey and Trish are in the back seats. Oh my God, Mom. So,
Mom,
and you guys are watching. Mikey is able to see, no one else really is. Trish, look at the computer, TV, and try to do some kind of reachy-outy mom shit. And Trish, your eyes will roll fully back into your head. And Mikey, you will see her basically slump back into the chair, eyes wide open, staring at nothing. Trish, you find yourself fully surrounded by like flying, swirling leaves. And you just are in this like space that smells like earth and dirt. And you have a weird taste in the back of your mouth, like you like you drank too much the night before.
Been there.
And then you hear a voice say, I suppose it would have been proper to ask you if I could dance with your boy.
Well, hello. Who am I talking to?
And you like kind of turn to see where the voice is coming from, and there is a girl. She's probably somewhere around Mikey's age.
Okay.
Sharply cut bob, I'd say, dressed very plainly. Hard to tell the sort of era of her clothing unless you are somehow fashionably inclined.
Oh, I'm so fashionable. I'm fit.
But she has both her... The other reason it's hard to tell is because her shirt is covered in blood.
Okay.
And there's blood and sort of, blood leaking out of the sides of her mouth. And her face is just very pale, dead, washed out eyes. But she moves healthily enough. And she's like, I'm Carol Ann. Can you get them to turn the lights off?
What lights? I could certainly help you if I knew where you were.
They make me very cross, and I wish them turned off.
Well, I would love to help you with that, Carol Ann. Do you see anything around you? Any light switches? Any sort of physical markers that might be able to help me help you?
And now I want you to roll manipulate somebody.
Okay. I have a +1 to charm, so that's a 10.
Okay. She at your asking her, I think she makes as if to take a deep breath as though to calm herself. Like your question made her mad. But then her deep calming breath hits your ears like a death rattle.
Mm-hmm.
And she's at once angry and concerned and frightened. And she's like, I can't see a damn thing. Not with all this goddamned light. But you did roll real well.
Do you hear anything?
And the noise.
What sort of
That's
noise
the
are
other
you
damn
hearing?
thing.
Oh, Carol Ann, tell me about it.
Instead of telling you about it, you just start to hear it. It is like grinding and jackhammers and men shouting and scraping and the horrible piercing beep, beep, beep of giant
Sound of a
trucks
construction site, you might say.
I suppose that's
Okay.
You know what? It does kind of sound like that.
Gotcha. That is what a racket, Carol Ann. I am so sorry you have to put up with that. And you said it was really bright where you are? Can't see anything?
The lights never turn off, neither does the sound.
Gotcha.
I get very cross when I cannot rest.
Me too. When I have to, get up early sometimes, it's just really disturbs the beauty sleep. So we're gonna try to come and find you. If some other folks reach out who are the Crest-Colgates, don't talk to them. Don't even talk to them. They're not there to help you.
I don't want to talk to any damned person. I want them to turn off the lights, and failing that, I want a drink.
You and me both. I will. You know what, Carol Ann? This has been fun. I'm gonna see if I can maybe get out and see if I can help you. If I could just wake up. Hello, anyone out there?
Now you've put me off, and I'm terribly cross, and I will have a drink. And the leaves all around you just rush away.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly you are looking down at what is very clearly a sports bar.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see her look at you and smile wickedly and drop down into the sports bar. And then you are awake.
Okay.
Back in the car.
Okay.
She's not dead.
What is happening in the car?
She's not dead.
I know she's not. Mom just sometimes needs to take her naps.
I just needed my siesta. So I think I have a lead on where we need to go. You know those buildings that they're building up over there, all that construction. I just got in touch with Carol Ann, a little ghost girl that I think was the one that we were supposed to find. She seems like she's sort of trapped in some place, and there's lots of construction sounding noises nearby, and there was like a bar somewhere close by.
I'm going to a bar.
I'm wondering, well, maybe an old one. Wasn't there like the small bootlegging tunnels or something in this part of the city? Right? I'm not crazy, right, Vlad?
I'll be honest, I wasn't paying attention when they were explaining that part. I figured you were
I'm
Mikey
going to have, for fun, I want to push you. Vlad, will you roll investigate a mystery to see how well you paid attention to the briefing packet?
Yeah,
and
no,
then also,
fair.
yes, Dixon has a good point that you likely have a
I guarantee
Sports
we're
bar
sports
ready
bar.
to
I
is.
definitely know what the sports bar is.
All right.
You've got +2 and a -1.
okay.
Oh no, that was I used that on my last one. So this is now I just have a +1 from Dixon. So
Okay.
that's 4 in the dice plus nothing plus 1 is a 5.
Darn. He was really paying attention.
You, I think in answer, Vlad will simply tell you that the gin and tonic has its origins in the English military, that they would have to take tonic to protect against malaria, but they would mix it with gin to make it palatable. And when they came back, they found they still had a taste for this stuff. And now it's one of the most popular cocktails to this day. What was your question?
Doesn't Grandma drink that, but she makes it pink?
Yes, she does.
That's very true. Yeah. Yeah. She has what's called a problem. But when you're old enough, it doesn't matter if you have a problem because, as long as they don't have your keys or as long as you don't have your keys, you can drink all you want.
That's not really what we want to be teaching the children.
Is that my mum has a problem
Yes,
too?
you want to make it to retirement.
Does mum have a problem too? Is that why she doesn't drive anymore?
No, it's
Speaking of
just your
having a
father
problem.
likes to take the wheel.
Look, I'm sorry, but statistically speaking, I'm a better
Oh,
driver than you.
don't even start.
Mikey is tuning out his parents fighting, which is normal for him. And
Poor children.
I heard Carol Ann, and I know about the dancing, and I know about the like big band music, and I know about the like Charleston functionally. Can I investigate a mystery through using my tablet to log into the Libby system for libraries and go through their research notes?
Nice
So I
plug
could
for
go through
Libby,
the
Be the
article.
Doves.
Yeah.
Everybody get that app. It's really great. They have audiobooks and movies. Also,
yeah, they're wonderful. If you have a library card, you can use it. I need to like contact someone in the States to like sign me up for a library card again, just so I can use it.
I did just get a thing that at least the Minnesota library system, the Minneapolis Public Library System, will let you basically have a library card digital only that will also work in the library. Anyway, it's been requested, Mikey, that we do a cutaway with you. So you are behind a charming gradient background. And
Cutaway every time that we're
That's
fighting.
It's really good timing.
So your parents fight a lot?
Yeah, I mean, like me and my sister fight a lot too. I think, I don't know, when you love somebody, it's easy to be passionate when you disagree with them. But sometimes fighting is better than just not saying anything at all, because it means that you care, right?
This kid over here with a super deep shit.
Yeah, there's definitely some like plaintive piano music playing underneath that. It's better than saying nothing at all, I guess. Yeah, we call that an oof. Well done. So,
Dude's processing his trauma live on camera.
Look, all I'm saying is if you look at how many accidents I've had
Vlad,
that have been
Vlad,
ticketed
Vlad,
versus how many you've had.
those were
Other
extenuating
AirPod in.
circumstances. They hit me.
Typing.
If you were a defensive driver, I'm just saying.
Oh, I am defensive. Let me show you how defensive I can be.
Nora's snuggling her stuffy.
A 6 and a 5 is 11 plus 2, which is a 13. So what do I know about Carol Ann, motherfuckers?
I also want to cut to the hosts, and the Cat Fletcher has just got his arms crossed. He's like, that kid is smart, but that dad is dumb as hell.
Little Madden style. Like, you see, if you look in here, you can see exactly where he fucked up.
What he should have been looking at is,
If you
whoa,
look here, you can see the classic argument.
oh my God.
I did not count the plus 2 from the audience. So that would be a 15.
Wow.
We say gunga damn.
Okay.
So we're gonna put Nora in the talk cam in just a bit. But first, I want to know, you're investigating a mystery. What are your questions? What do you want to know from the library about Carol Ann?
So we know that it's Carol Ann. And like I'm looking because of like context clues, time period, 1920s. So I'm looking for how she died. I'm looking for obituaries. I'm looking for I'm looking for method and location.
Okay. So the bad news is there is no obituary for a Carol Ann in that zone.
Okay.
There are a number of stories in the local paper, and I think one of them probably would have been in like the Pioneer Press up in St. Paul about a disappearance. A 16-year-old girl named Carol Ann Freeling went missing in 1924. And I think with that question, that's about all I can give you. So she was quietly pronounced dead after she kind of never turned up again. But there was a search for her. You know what? I think I'll let you kind of get this vibe that you're like, the time between the first story where it says there's a hunt for this girl and the story that says this girl has been pronounced dead is annoyingly short. Like you might say aloud in your family's van, wow, they didn't look for her very long. And you get another question.
They didn't look for her very long at all, whoever this girl was. Carol Ann Freeling went missing in 1924. In the information packet, Dad, Mom, Dad, in the information packet, they said something about like the mayor, the family. How long have they been around?
You said it was like 3 terms, right, Jonny?
3 generations.
Oh, 3 generations. Okay. I think like 3 generations they've been around.
Yes, they certainly did.
Okay, like knowing that
I was there and I listened.
Your mother's right.
Knowing that cross-referencing was the family that's currently in charge the mayor when this girl went missing.
Yes, the mayor at the time was a man named Gene Darby.
Gene Darby.
And that's the same family as now?
When he retired, his daughter Barb Darby took over, and when she retired quite recently, her son Scott Darby became the mayor.
Okay.
I'm
drawing lines, but I don't know how that like can be.
How it connects.
I'm getting the fucking lore. I'm like,
now how we put it together
and make this an actionable piece of knowledge. Okay. With that, logically, Carol Ann Freeling went missing in 1924 as a 16-year-old. They didn't look for her very long. The mayor was Gene Darby. Can I say what is being concealed here in that, like looking at political like campaigning around that time and seeing if Gene Darby was up for re-election? Jason is drawing a line here, but I don't know if Mikey would be drawing this line because one of us is much more jaded by political systems than the other.
I don't believe in elections.
Dad doesn't vote. He said so.
Mike is just like,
I think the thing that I'll just sort of draw your attention to is that, like, there was never really a lot of industry in Juniper Springs. And I don't know what you know about the 20s and 30s, but there kind of probably wasn't a lot of work at all.
yeah.
I'm making connections too.
Yes, so am I.
But Vlad is 100% aware that the closest bar is a place called Bootleg Bill's.
Bootleg Bills. Yeah. I'm kind of wondering if there's like maybe the mayor at the time was somehow in cahoots with a bootlegging operation, and that's why there was no record of this girl dying, because they didn't want to reveal that they had a bootlegging operation or something, because it was illegal.
Oh,
Maybe.
big surprise. Politician is a crook.
Wait.
That's why Dad doesn't vote.
One of many reasons, honey, yes.
They're all crooks.
There was bootlegging, and she was talking to me about like wanting to get a drink. Did she say anything like that to you too?
Oh yeah, she was very thirsty.
Maybe the reason why she never got found and they quit so quickly was she went missing in the bootlegging mines.
In the tunnels or
like,
something?
In the tunnels.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Or they pickled her, like in a keg. You can put a body.
Oh, Vlad.
Nora?
What does bootlegging mean?
This would be a perfect time
This
for a
has been
cutaway.
requested also, by the way. Yes, we're going to cut away to Nora and your animated stuffy that you have. It pleases me that I want the two of you to both talk so that we and the people who are watching the reality TV show can be saying, this, it's not in your imagination. This stuffed animal is fucking walking around and talking.
He likes being held, though. He's got very short legs.
Does it scare you that you're fighting ghosts, even because of what happened to Rico III?
Prince Rico III. He was royalty.
And who's your friend?
This is poorly, because if he was drawn, he would look like a poorly drawn cat. See? His little legs.
The like PA that's interviewing you will like shake Poorly's hand.
He doesn't like being touched by people who aren't me.
Very well.
He might kill you in your sleep.
But then I'd become a ghost and he'd hate me even more.
And I would kill you. My dad would come and kill you and make you die again. He said so.
Can we get someone else to do these interviews? I think on the show, it has cut to this sports bar, so far unidentified to you, and all of the TVs switch from hockey and football and basketball reruns to that girl with her sharp bob and her bloody face, and she is quite cross, and she's screaming, "Turn off the lights!" And the lights in the bar start flickering, and then, seemingly to her surprise, the liquor bottles start exploding, glass flying everywhere, liquor dousing the bartenders and the bar goers. And her eyes sort of go wide, and she starts pointing at things. And as she points at them, glasses fly around the room. Bottles drop to the floor. The taps click on and won't stop dumping beer on the ground. And she's giggling and really causing some chaos over here. And you guys are in your van.
I get the feeling I need to speed up.
Yeah.
You're like, is that free beer?
Did you want to talk to Paulie or not?
Yeah, sure. Let's talk to the cat. What's up with the cat? Hey, cat, how are you? You seem mad. Poorly talk.
You do poorly.
I do poorly?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not being very kind. Oh, geez, I wonder if that's because I'm talking to a stuffed cat while being paid $17 an hour. You can buy a lot of tuna with $17. Doesn't seem a bad deal to Paulie.
She's just going to sit there like this all day.
Isn't he awesome?
You know what? I do like tuna. You're right, Kat. You've helped me really reframe the way my horrible life has gone. I had big dreams. Maybe they just need to be a lot smaller.
Smaller than $17 an hour?
I mean, I live in Manhattan. I'm also selling drugs.
What kind of drugs?
You're 9.
Yeah.
At this point, Trish walks in. What is happening over here?
Oh my God, child labor laws.
So we're in the van. Where are we headed? To the construction site? To this bar that we know of? Where are we headed precisely?
I think that's a question for Vlad. Where would you like to be driving them to? Mikey's been looking stuff up on the library. So there's the library. He has his suspicions about the mayor. So there's City Hall. You are 100% sure that you can smell the whiff of lots of booze. And you could guide yourselves to that floating down the hallway Scooby-Doo style.
All right, I think I have an idea. I think we should split up.
What?
Oh.
Why?
I think the 3 of you should take care of the construction site. Figure out what's going on there. And I'm going to check out...
No, Vlad, no. I see the writing on the wall here. You are not going to the bar by yourself.
I mean, I want to try out a new bit. Just be like, hey, stop me if you've heard this one. A bear walks into the bar, and I walk in there as a bear, and then everybody leaves, and then I can investigate on my own.
And then I get to drink everything.
Dad?
Why couldn't we be there to do that with you?
Dad?
Well, because the kids are underage and they can't go into a bar.
Dad?
So,
Oh, please. I've been in plenty of bars as a child.
They could in this town.
Dad?
yes,
Mikey said he was going to take me to see Cocaine Bear. You want to come with us?
I've heard it's really good.
I feel like that movie's offensive because it was based on a true story, and that bear died almost immediately.
Yeah.
Is there a Cocaine Bear ghost?
I don't know.
Dad, do you know that bear?
Was that your friend?
Just because I'm a bear, it doesn't mean I know every bear.
Do you know Winnie the Pooh?
Right, construction site.
Choose your battles.
No, we're not going to drop the kids off there. We can't leave them alone.
So
But
further
Paulie's
bad
over
news.
100. He can supervise.
He can watch you. He can watch us. He can be our stuffy babysitter. So bad news. Like I said, there are condos going up all friggin' over the place, and they also all have annoying names. I'm going to post them all in the chat.
You'll have to read
There
them out.
is Seren, which is being built over by the church. There is Timber, Timbr, which is being built in the forest. There's one called Vista, which is pronounced Vista, which is on the top of the hilltop of the town, basically, the apex. And the worst one is Horizione, which is basically just horizon, but with a bunch of annoying accents, which is being built by City Hall.
Maybe we could head to the bar then, because that's multiple different condos to search.
Yeah. Although, Mikey, you could send your drone to look at the...
That's true.
Yeah, I can.
Do we get some surveillance at the
I can
other
rig
places?
that up. Yeah.
I like that idea.
I have a couple, and Mikey goes
That's my
into his
boy.
little toy box in the back of the van. It's like a tackle box, like one of those really big ones that you pick.
Do you fly the drone with a GameCube controller?
100% definitely has taken an original GameCube controller, not that knockoff shit.
Yes.
Opened it up, taken the cord connection out, installed
we don't fuck with mad
receiver inside to send the signal.
There's a Raspberry Pi taped to
Raspberry
it.
Pi, like in the like vibration socket. You know how like GameCube controllers have like that extra curve in the middle, where the like. I want to say where the vibrator goes, but that's definitely not what you. It's in the middle of the thing, and it's where the vibrator goes. Anyway,
Nora just being like, "What else
I go
did
in
you
my
call
tackle
it?"
box.
Rumble pack.
Rumble pack.
Thank you.
Rumble pack. Yeah, that's not much better. Let's be honest.
That's true. Yeah, that's a little. It's uncomfortably sexy. So you go to
I
your
go in my
tackle box.
tackle box and I find a extra GoPro, and I want to do some weird science, specifically
I was just going to say, I think that sounds like weird science.
refactoring. I can take two devices and rebuild them together, gaining all of the abilities of each component device. The new device is the same size as the larger component, and it will have all the tags of the components, except unless you delete or change a tag. You can do that for one thing. So for this drone, Jesus, just looking at chat being unhinged.
Yep.
So
they're all 13 years old.
For this drone, I don't see getting a lot of like harm usage out of this, because I kind of just want to use it for stealth. Could I remove the harm tag so it no longer can do damage, so it can only do 0 harm things, but instead give it like stealth, so it is hard for people to kind of track, essentially, or notice what's going on with it?
I think that makes sense. I'm not sure how to physically describe what you would do to do that, except to just be like, you'll
reflective panels on it.
Oh,
reflective panels. And I also think like by removing the thing that would have done the harm, you make it a lot lighter, which means that the propellers have to operate a lot less fast, which means that it's all quiet.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
to me.
I think that would make a lot of sense. And then also, I think the like functional way of doing this is just like it being like on a slip in, slip out kind of system. So it's very modular. So you like flip the drone over, slide the gun out of its holster, or little like securing space, and then like I have fashioned a like mount for the GoPro's in there, slide it into the previous gunner slot on the drone.
Okay. I have 2 questions. One, does Mikey have a name for this drone?
Eagle 1.
2, does Nora have a name for this drone?
A dum drone.
Flawless.
Okay. So you equip Eagle 1, aka
Focus
Dum
on me, not Gengar. Gengar is so in focus in my camera right now. Really distracting.
The funny thing is the audience
Focus
can't
on
see
me.
that.
Oh, really?
That is true.
So you're
That's
just
just
going
for
out of
us.
focus for nothing.
You're going out of focus, and Gengar is just for us.
There we go. I fixed it. I just had to lean into Gengar's space.
You just had to convince the camera that you are Gengar. All right. Okay, so yeah, just go ahead and roll that.
Well, refactoring is just a thing I do, actually.
Oh, dope. Then I think what I'll have you do, and I think this will take some time to sort of happen. Where do you want to send it?
Can I check
To the moon.
Can I check Google Maps and like triangulate where all the condos are being built in relation to where we are?
Okay. I think in relation to where you are, the 2 closest will be Vista and Horizione, because the church is sort of on the outskirts of town, which is where Syrien is being built, and timber in the forest is like sort of technically beyond what most would consider to be city limits, even though it's not beyond city limits. It's just beyond where anything's been developed.
Okay. Yeah, then I would just probably just send it to probably Horizons. Horizons.
Okay.
Horizone.
Oh, did you want to pronounce it like an actual human?
I'm just thinking, I'm finishing Fantasy High Junior year right now, and all I can think of is how the elves mispronounce everything in that series.
Yes.
Fabian. Just full on accent on the wrong syllable.
Vlad sees a sign. Horizone. That's weird.
What an odd zone.
Hoary is a New Zealand slang term. We won't go into it.
The hoary host
really?
from Doctor Strange.
I'm going to take your word on that. And you are you are sending the drone to Horizione, which I'll have you roll now to get information later. Roll investigate a mystery, and then where's the van going?
I think we're going to the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's a great place to take kids.
You've acquiesced to letting the family come with you to the bar, Vlad.
Yeah. I can't really talk my way out of that one.
Nope.
It's like a 3-legged racehorse. She's not buying it.
That's a good Vlad-gurism.
That's a meism. I say that like all the time in my normal life.
That's good stuff. They do probably have chicken fingers for Nora.
Nora, stop it.
But he likes it. It's a hat. I don't know why you always tell me to stop.
You're right. You're right. You just be an innocent child. Never mind. Your mother didn't say anything.
You got
totally
one. I'm not
Milking
touching
the
it.
cat from their head.
He doesn't want you to touch him, Dad.
I was gonna say,
He said you're not his type.
yeah, when Vlad says I'm not touching that, he will say, I don't want you to touch it.
Do we hear that?
Yes. This stuffed animal can talk and move.
It's so weird how you sound like David Ayoade.
Nora, I didn't give it a voice box.
What do you mean?
It doesn't have a voice box. I built it out of a Bionicle.
A what?
Talk to Dad. It's an old toy.
It is the Lego it's the Lego with lots of lore.
Oh, the dumb Lego.
Permit me to disagree.
Oh, you like that Lego? I'm sorry, Paulie. It's the Lego that Mikey plays with, so it's dumb.
Did I hear that we are going to a bar?
Yes. Not soon enough.
They have chicken tenders. Mommy needs a drink.
Mikey, did you roll investigate a mystery?
I got a 7 on that. So
Okay.
it's flying over to Horizons. Horizons.
Horizone.
This is giving me life. I'm really loving it.
Man,
This is why I did this.
ADHD. I might have dyslexia. That's what my wife says all the time because I only know words because I read them and I didn't hear people say them out loud. So it's a very real yeah, man.
It's like Hermione in Harry Potter. A lot of people thought it was
could
Hermione.
not pronounce that until the movies came out. 100%.
Yeah.
And why would you? It's Hermione.
Yeah,
that's how you.
skip
That's
vowels.
My
fun
mom said it was Hermione.
The term for that is either an egg corn or a mondegreen, and they are some of my favorite things in the world. When it is clear that you have either never seen it written down or only seen it written down.
Yes. Yep.
The Animorphs fan community is all over that.
Oh my god. On track. What is being concealed here?
On the track. Yeah.
In.
What is being concealed here? We'll find that out in a few minutes.
Ray and I will talk about Animorphs for hours.
Right.
We can't let this happen.
Oh, yeah, we've literally done that. Yeah.
And I will talk about mondegreens also for hours. So The rest of you are going to this bar. The bar is called Bootleg Bill's. You pull up to Bootleg Bill's and you notice two things about Bootleg Bill's. The first thing that you notice is that there is, in fact, a titular Bootleg Bill. There is like a statue of a cartoon mobster guy out front, like he's the mascot of the place. He's got a big old cigar. He's got a pinstripe suit. He doesn't have a head because it's been blown off of him. Because the second thing that you notice about this bar is that all of the windows are broken. And there are dozens of people standing in the street who are soaking wet. They stink of booze, and they are somewhere on the spectrum between really pissed off and really scared. So that's what you pull up to. There is still somebody behind the bar, though, who might pour you a drink.
All right, kids. Just careful where you step. There's lots of glass around here. Maybe we can get you a menu and get some chicken fingers.
And chocolate milk.
We'll see.
And an old-fashioned. No, a gin and tonic.
Do you want it pink? Like
I
grandma?
would not like it pink.
Oh, okay. What about a different color?
You choose the color.
Green.
Green gin and tonic for Poorly, please.
Okay. I think we
Are
go
you
up to
going
the.
inside?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
Yeah.
think we probably
Oh,
go
yeah.
up to the bartender, maybe to start. What happened here?
Do you go up and
Also,
say,
can I get an Irish car bomb?
What's that?
it's a burly looking woman behind the bar, and she's like, I'm telling you right now, all I got is red wine and Malibu.
Ooh,
Can you mix that?
Malibu.
I do like Malibu. I mean,
Excuse
I
me.
can mix it.
nothing.
I will note all of the TVs, and in this bar, there are, from any direction that you look, you can see at all times at least 7, but there are total probably 24 TVs in this bar, and they're all turned off.
Yeah, I feel like Trish is kind of looking around, just like, so what
I mean,
happened?
unless you want to wring the gin out of my hair.
I mean, I'll take a red wine. What do we got?
Wooly wants a gin. He can lick your hair. Actually, can you lick?
Can you lick?
Can you lick? His mouth stitched on. He could soak.
I will
He
serve.
does like to do that.
Can
Do
you
not
rub him on
make-
your hair, please?
Nora, I need you to roll manipulate someone so bad.
I have a -1, a +1, and a +1. So I've just got a +1. Manipulate, you say? That's charm, right?
Yes, 'tis.
Oh, do I use tough to manipulate?
The wronged does
Probably
have that
not.
move.
Yeah.
Did you take it?
I don't know. I did not, because I'm not tough. Charm. +1.
So it'll just be +2 total.
I rolled an 8.
Okay. I think this woman is like staring Poorly right in the face and is like, you know what? This will be like the third weirdest thing that's happened today. Give me the stuffy. And she'll take Poorly and we'll just like rub his face and body on the top of her gin-soaked hair like it's a balloon and she's trying to give herself a static shock. And when he gets back in your hands, Nora, he will just kind
Ooh,
of
that smells.
he will look at you, his eyes drooping characteristically, and he will say, "It wasn't green."
Oh. Maybe next time.
He'll nod sadly. And she'll pour a Cabernet Sauvignon for Trish. And what about you, Mr. Beast?
Okay. We are not calling me that. First of all,
That's what Mommy calls them at night sometimes when they're in the room. What?
Well, that's none of my business.
do you all have a basement or something? You know, maybe there's something down there that survived. Something, you know, manly to drink. Not that drinking red wine doesn't make you any less manly. It's just, you know,
As she swills her wine.
The basement would be nice to look at, you know.
And you do need something manly, don't you? Roll manipulate someone, Vlad.
Oh, I was afraid you were going to ask that.
You have a +1.
I do? Okay, that's good. Because I have a -1.
Straight roll.
Ooh, that's awesome. That is a 9 on the... Wait, that is an 11 on the dice.
Nice.
Yeah, because that's a 6 and a 5, so that's 11, right?
Yep.
I can do math. Oh, Dixon gave me a +1 to that, so that's
There
a
you
12.
go.
And a -1 to Sero's next roll because of the inappropriate mommy daddy comment. That's a 12. Dope. I love that. So this burly bartender is just going to be like, holy shit, the basement. I knew I was going to be glad that nobody put electricity down there. And you know what? She'll let you come down with her because fuck it, why not? And yeah, sure enough, what's down here, ooh, this is fun. When you go down the, at first, very normal stairs, the like drywall very quickly gives way to like quickly poured concrete walls. And you are in a real kind of bare bones warehousey looking sort of wine cellar vibe. And yeah, most of it is wine, but there is a couple of tubs of that are just like labeled with duct tape in marker. It just says the good stuff.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And she'll pop one of them open. And these are like, it's not like mason jars, but it is like mass produced ass looking bottles.
Gotcha.
Unlabeled, just clear liquid in them.
Straight up.
And they're all corked.
Ooh. That's the good stuff. Not diluted with any apple pie flavoring or cinnamon or, you know, anything fun like that. And he's going to down one.
I need you to roll act under pressure.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh,
That is a real
Awesome.
of course.
That's a real feeling, I think.
Yeah.
Down to something 50%
So
alcohol.
that is 7 on the dice, -1 because it's cool for
Mhm.
6.
Bad.
So that's a failure.
Dead drunk.
So you down one of these things. I think there's two things that you were not expecting. The first thing is that this is old ass, like some of this shit is probably 100 years old.
Mm-hmm.
When the way that they were making liquor was functionally indistinguishable from the way you would make poison. So you are, one, almost instantly and irrevocably drunk. You are going to be blotto within 2 minutes. And I think I want you to become aware of that you like take this drink and it hits you and it's very sharp and acrid, and something in your human brain goes, oh no, this is not suitable for human drinking. And something in your Odin brain goes, fucking finally. And you drink all of this stuff and you are aware as you are looking around that you are having perhaps the final 2 minutes of lucid thought of today.
Oh,
Awesome. Awesome. I think, did anybody follow us down into the basement?
Almost
Probably.
certainly Trish.
Yep.
That's
I
fair.
can't leave him go down by
If it's
himself.
okay, Sarah, I was thinking about us doing a scene upstairs.
okay.
Love that.
Okay, so that's happening downstairs. We are back upstairs in the empty, liquor-soaked TVs off bar where Mikey and Nora.
As Trish headed off to follow them, she would have been like, Mikey, you watch your sister.
Okay.
Do it.
Hey, Nora,
What?
want to look
Yeah.
at things we shouldn't?
Okay.
Cool. Mikey sits down at his table, gets his tablet stand out, hacks into the security system here to play back the recent security tapes, and wants Nora to look at it with him because Nora, he knows, can see ghosts, but Mikey can't.
This is excellent. I'm very pleased. So what I want then is for Mikey to roll investigate a mystery. No, Mikey roll read a bad situation.
Okay. Oh no.
And Nora roll help out.
Ooh.
How bad?
That was cocked. We honor the cock. That is good. 6 and a 2
I
plus
don't
2
know.
is 10.
Help out.
Nora?
I get it a +1 because it's ghost related. So I got a 9.
Go.
Oh, hang on. No, I got to subtract 1. I got an 8.
Still
Because
valid.
audience.
Still fine.
Okay.
So read a bad situation. As we're going over this film,
I'm feeling woozy.
what dangers have we not noticed? Oh, I gave a -2 to whom? To Sero or to me?
It was
Okay.
to Sarah.
I got a -1.
And it was
yeah.
a -1. I think
Because audience.
something's going on with
Yeah, he's
Dixon's
just-
keyboard.
Yeah.
So the -1 was taken. It's still a mixed success, which is also wonderful. So say the question again the way you said it.
As we're like looking at the security footage, what is the danger that we haven't noticed?
So this is why it's so great that Nora is there to look as well, which is that you can see in the footage that like the ghost is making all of the TVs sort of freak out, and all kinds of light shows are happening on that. And you can see that she's futzing with the cash register and making it open and close. But then when the bottles start exploding, the glasses start flying all over the place, Nora is like, wait, that wasn't her. This kind of ghost can't do that. This kind of ghost needs an energy flow to build off of. And those don't have any. So I don't know what did that.
So wait,
What he said.
so you're saying that like this ghost needs electricity, but it's cut off?
Yeah, sure.
This ghost seems to have done things that it couldn't. Carol Ann cannot blow up bottles any more than you or I can.
Okay. So
You
if
smell
this
weird.
isn't Carol
Ooh.
Ann,
It's the gin.
who is it?
We could ask. Ghosty! Ghosty!
Nothing's on in here. She can't.
Not Carol Ann, but the other Ghosty.
Which ghosty?
The non-Carol Ann Ghosty. Right?
I don't know what you mean, and you can't sense another ghost here.
Hmm.
And
Nah.
you get two more questions, Mikey.
Didn't Vlad, didn't you say that the ravens had told you like the ghost isn't the actual monster we need to be fighting or something?
Yes, that there were
Yeah.
2 other things at play.
Okay.
And I passed. I was sure to pass.
Yeah, I was gonna
that.
say that was
I know
yeah.
I shared that much.
Yes.
Especially in a one-shot, we don't let people keep things close to the vest like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You share information, god damn it.
Maybe Dad said something about there being 2 other things, so maybe it's not a ghost, and that's why I can't sense, because I can't sense other things unless, I see them like a dumb person like you.
Okay, well, if it's not,
Glad you acknowledge you're a dumb person. Nah.
Got him. Cut to Catch Fletcher being like,
fucking
got him.
ignoring Nora as usual. Because Mikey has like
Ignora.
Mikey has a fucking dog bone that he's chewing on here. If it's not a ghost because you can't sense it, what is this? No like role prompting or question. That's just like the fuck.
if you'll spend one of your questions to do this, I will tell you something. And what I will tell you.
I forgot that I had another question, to be entirely honest. I was like,
oh, I think you have, as I recall, you've only asked one.
I have fucking
of your three because it's a great situation. Yeah. Go nuts. Go off, King.
But it's a read bad situation role.
And remember that I am a benevolent demigod who is committed to going to game jail, so you don't have to be limited by those questions.
Yeah. Can I switch over, because it's the same type of role? Can I take a monster and investigate a mystery question and ask what sort of creature is this? Because I know like what it can do, kind of. But if it's not a ghost, then like what is the side thing? What is the thing that has telekinesis that isn't spectral?
Very happy you asked this question in that way, because how I want to communicate this to you is that you are going like frame by frame and looking at the exploding glasses and bottles, and you are seeing every time a bottle explodes, it's like a little BB hits it. Something shot the bottles, and every time you are going kind of back and forth between that and where the glasses were getting thrown off the bar, and you are seeing that there are like little mechanisms built into the back of the bar that shoved them off.
Wait, hold on. Can I just
Can
I just get up and like nobody's in here? Can I get up and just go to the bar and look at that?
Yeah, you can see like on the ground in that weird little the like behind the bar floor covering thing that's like designed to sort of be soft but also to let water flow through it. You can see that there are like probably a couple of dozen little teeny tiny metal BBs hidden, like scattered amongst the like liquor and the broken glass. And then if you kind of look a little bit further, you can see on the opposite wall, like the wall that has the windows in it, there are weird little like semi-regular holes in the wall. As though
this was built into this wall.
Yeah, that's the vibe that Mikey is getting.
Getting set up.
Can I go on Google and see how long this bar has been here?
That'll be your third question.
I will take that. I'll take that to get that knowledge.
Okay, I'm delighted. This bar has been here since Prohibition ended, but their Facebook page announced 2 weeks ago that they would be closed for 3 days.
They did a renovation.
It's a trap.
Having a long weekend, gang. See you on Thirsty Thursday.
I think this is all a setup. I think either the production team is trying to set it up to make it seem like there's this ghost that we have to go over, and it's just a wild goose chase to try to go find these ghosts when there's actually a different monster out there, or it's something like that.
Y'all, the Ravens said there were 2 monsters. There are 2 hosts.
The Colgates?
It's the hosts.
Yeah, just 2 hosts.
I'm calling it. I know what's going on here.
Host.
Yeah. Above table for sure. I think that's the thing. I think right now in character in this moment, Mikey's putting this together like they were closed for 3 days. They must have known that there was some kind of TV show thing happening in town because people get contacted for shit like that. And like the connection is made and Mikey runs over to grab Nora and then tries to make it to the basement as like yelling after mom and dad.
Uh-oh. I found snakes.
Oh my God, Vlad. Oh my God. He's like wobbling.
I think Vlad stops wobbling and looks at you just for a second, long enough to say, run. And then he starts full burying it out.
Oh, I was going to try to do something, but I think that's cool. So I'll be like, okay, kids. And I'm going to go and try to get the kid.
We run into each other.
That is in one of his moods.
All right, kids, we need to block the basement for just a minute here. And she's like deadbolting, like they're like putting stuff in front of the door to like try to barricade it from him getting out.
Bartender's still down there being like, I told you it was good shit, right?
Oh, I would have been like, you need to get out of here. You need to get out. Leave now.
This is my basement.
Yeah,
That
I'm
sounds
I'm
like
like-
a protect someone roll.
pushing him out of there. I can roll protect someone.
Do it.
I won't do well.
Not to take over your job. Sorry.
Johnny, did you say we got luck points this game?
You get 2.
I'll use 1 because that was a 5. No, a 4.
Oh boy. Okay. So this lady is fighting you to be like, well, this is my stuff, and it's all. This is my basement, and it's not in. And you just grab her. The term is mom strength. You just mom her up and out, and on the way up, you run into both of your other children, who are coming down to tell you something, and you are like, not now.
Not now.
Mom,
Dad is in one of his moods.
something happened. They changed this bar.
Oh, okay. Tell me about it in the van. We're going to go to the van.
I found snacks.
I'm just going to let your dad just get his anger out. And I think I'm trying to shuffle them into the van. And I'm also, getting that bartender out.
Real quick,
Yes.
Nora.
Yep.
Because it pleases me to do so, you did find snacks. Unfortunately, they, like everything else in this bar, are soaked in liquor.
Oh, no.
Will you roll act under pressure for me?
I will. 6.
God. All my family is getting drunk.
I've had my face in poorly the whole time and he's gin soaked, so.
Can I'm the one who was with Nora when she found these snacks. Can I help out?
How would you help out?
Fucking smacking the snack out of her hand. No.
I've already had one.
Or even just shaking or rinsing them off. I would let you roll it.
How about this? Providing a different snack that Mikey has. Trading.
Excellent.
Okay.
Roll help out. I want you to miss so bad.
So it's incredibly
Sticks.
likely that I will miss because help out is cool, right? I have
Yes,
a
it is.
-1 cool. And this is one of the only things that my moves
Would love
don't
it.
cover as far as helping out goes.
Skill swaps.
Ooh, okay. 5 and a 3 is 8. -1 is 7. But I still had a +1. So 8.
Yep, you do.
Okay. So that will mean that what you had done when she was investigating for these snacks, the way that you helped out was to find the ones that were most booze soaked and eat them first.
Okay.
So Nora and Mikey, you are both kind of drunk.
Oh my God.
We're such great parents.
I think Trish is realizing what's happened, and she's just like, "I'm the worst mother ever. I'm the worst mother ever. Just mom fail. My whole family's drunk.
What the fucking Mario thing?
Great.
Oh wait, you spent the magic, so you don't have jazz in your head anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm spinning.
I have a question. Could
That's how
I
you
try
know you're
to
having fun.
use one of my moves, Johnny, to cure my children of this drunkenness?
Oh yes, you
Is that a
can.
curse?
Would you consider that a curse?
I would. For the purposes of this and based on the nature of your magic, I surely would.
All right. So I think I just have to roll to see how much corruption I get.
Yep.
Okay. I only get 1 corruption that time.
So does that put you?
You have a +1 from the Dead Boy 42 saying, Lauren, Mama Bear needs all the help she can get.
Okay. Well, so then that would go for my next roll probably. 'cause
This isn't that
I just
kind of
roll
roll.
1
Yeah.
die. Yeah, I just roll 1 die.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah, I just rolled to
You
see how
played
much
up.
corruption I get. So I get to mark 1 corruption that time. So now I have 2 corruption because I got rid of the one when I spent the other magic or whatever.
All right, I'm gonna take your word on that.
So what is
So
do
then-
I get any sort of power with this?
Drunken master.
Drunken
Honestly, yeah, I like that very much. So Your side effect is going to be that you're going to be visibly tipsy for the foreseeable. But I like Drunken Master a great deal, so you are going to get +1 on going to act under pressure until you spend this.
Okay.
Good thing you don't need to, drive or anything.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a good
I
point.
could drive.
Well, so I have a question for you to clarify, Jonny. Is that side effect like only when I'm using this ability, or just it's while I have this power? Because of the controlled versus uncontrolled. Because that's the reason I asked. Because when I choose to unleash it, I can choose to keep it controlled or uncontrolled. If it's uncontrolled, then the side effect kicks in.
Okay, I think then when you choosing to release it will be to give you a +1 on act under pressure.
Okay.
And then you will be visibly drunk.
Okay. Gotcha. Perfect.
Hello, Anonymous.
Kids, are you okay? Enough. We need to get to the van. And I'm ushering my children to the van to try to get them out of the room that their dad is maybe going to bust out of in his bear form.
We have something important to talk about, but I also need to know
Yes.
what's going on in the basement. Vlad Remington.
I think it's pure utter destruction.
Awesome. Oh, you know what it also is? Oh my God, it's Cocaine Bear.
Yes.
You have turned into a bear. You have ripped off the top of all of these tubs, and you are just smashing them open and dumping them into your huge bear mouth.
Soaked in moonshine.
Soaked in booze. I think there's also yes, it's a third-ring suburb in Minnesota. You are eating frozen Haggis pizza by the stack.
Yes, Haggis.
Because I get the bear munchies. Yeah, no, I get it.
Yes, uncooked pizza, plastic and cardboard and all, and you are just eat, roar. And I want you to roll something.
I feel like Odin's looking down just approvingly, yeah.
My only regret is that there's nothing down there for you to kill.
Is there
But-
nothing down there for you to kill? Unless.
Roll, read a bad situation.
Oh wait, that's for investigating mystery. Okay.
How does that work when you're drunk off your ass beer?
You know what? It pleases me. Roll this as though you're rolling plus tough.
Okay. That's really great because I got a 6 on the dice, and that's +2 for an 8.
You have caught a scent.
Yes.
You smell blood and muscle and sweat and bone and strength. And there is not much light down here, even for your beastly eyes. But the hallways and the corridors, they go in such directions that should be impossible to your man brain. But you are not a man now, are you? So you follow them like you would have followed a river in the before times. And you are operating exclusively on scent. And you're running so far. It's exhilarating. It's exciting how far you get to run straight and breakneck. And oops, that's a wall. You have crashed into it, and I am going to make you take 1 harm.
That's fine.
It's the door now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. It's fucking stone. It scrapes against your shoulder in ways that street stones don't. And you turn and you are just following the scent, and
Cask of Amontillado.
woof. That turned a different kind of dark. Okay. Yeah, there's a guy there. There's a guy in there.
There's the guy on the wall.
Be like, I'm free, and then the wall collapses. Oh, dang it.
Damn.
Cat in the wall.
Just crushed under the weight of the rocks.
So you're going so far away, and then you get to a spot, and suddenly you can see at the end of this particular hallway, it stops being dark, and it instead is extremely, distractingly, upsettingly bright. And you run towards that, and that's where I'm going to leave you for a little bit, if that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
You're a wasted ass bear running towards the light, and you smell murder.
Soon I will taste murder.
Meaty Dums.
Upstairs, Mama has successfully secreted her children away from technically good guy monster dad.
Okay, so Mikey, you were saying what about this place?
Oh, yeah. I imagine that we're just like in the van. Yeah, I'll like pull it up on the tablet. The Facebook reviews for this place, they say that they closed for like 3 days last week, right before we came. And this place has been around since Prohibition era. When Nora and I went back and looked through the security footage, we didn't see any ghosts or anything. But when I went behind the bar, I saw some ball bearings like from a BB gun. And then like looking into the shelves, there were like little holes that were made there. I think that they renovated the bar to set up this kind of disturbance. I don't know if the bartender's in on it or not.
I don't know about the bartender so much as somebody with the show.
Yeah.
I want to figure out how we could find out who was behind this.
We did pull the bartender with us outside. I imagine we're in
That
the
is
van,
true.
but like I don't know
That's
if you
true.
brought the bartender into the van too.
I probably would have just like forcibly pushed him
It's
in there.
extremely funny to me to imagine
Yes.
that like you're driving, the bartender, she is in the front seat just being like,
This is kidnapping.
okay.
She tries to leave and I have like a ward set up so she can't escape.
Did y'all put some fucking magical childproof locks on this shit?
Yes. So
Necessary.
I need to talk to you. Sorry, what was your name, ma'am?
Doreen.
Doreen.
Sorry, I was
Yes?
going to say, the way you have this, I'm about to talk to your manager voice is
Yes.
I'm loving it.
Thank
We've all
you.
been there.
Doreen,
Bringing the
Look.
Trish energy.
we really, her full name is Patricia. Really need to ask you some questions about the renovations that took place in the last couple of days here. Do you know who organized that? Who made that happen? Something in the walls of your bar seems like they were installed, and that might be why those bottles broke. And God, I would love to track down the person that cost you all that much money.
Wait, that shit wasn't the ghost?
No. Doesn't
They
look
told
like
you
it.
it was a ghost?
No, that ghost couldn't do that. Wrong ghost.
I mean, could it have been the cameras?
What about the cameras? Why would the cameras be able to do that?
The show came through town like a week and a half ago, said they were installing cameras all over the place for the show.
The show did.
Yeah.
The hosts or something?
The Hunt.
The Hunt. Okay. Putting some things together.
I mean,
Doreen.
we're a tourist town. When someone comes to want to do a filming, we don't ask a lot of questions.
I didn't see any cameras.
Yeah, I didn't see any either.
Yeah, neither did I.
Okay.
Oh no, they had those little pinhole things.
Pinhole things.
Those weren't fucking cameras. were
Behind
they?
the bar.
I don't think they were.
To be fair,
Those city bitches installed a bunch of guns in my bar.
they also might have had cameras there to just take that footage because it's probably a good shot. But still, they definitely didn't just install cameras.
Good shot.
Okay, so I'm thinking, children, that our lovely show hosts might be behind this whole fiasco, especially given what your father said about there being 2 real monsters
Mom,
That seems pretty likely. Yes?
Mom, they want to do one of those cutaway interviews with you.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. Let me just fix my hair.
Yeah, it's okay, Mama. I can drive for a
Mom,
bit.
should I take the wheel?
No. Well, it's okay. We're a bit away from the bar. We'll just park over on this block right here.
Okay.
Doreen, I think you can leave.
So I have a meta question for just a second.
Yes.
Is the conceit of this entire situation that, much like in The Office, we just have like a team of people that's been following us around shooting this the entire time?
Yep. There's people with cameras just technically there.
I can just imagine this cameraman like watching us piece these things together and just like fucking sweating. Like, oh God.
Yeah, and there's also somebody like watching the two of you eat gin-soaked chicken fingers and being like, they told me not to interfere.
So, okay,
I'm
so there's
getting
camera
paid
camera people, and are we assuming they're sending a feedback to like the main like place or something? Most likely.
Yeah, to the main place, sure.
Okay, so then with her cutaway, Trish is gonna say, "Well, this has been a nice run. We'll be seeing you soon. Bye."
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Brian, come on.
I'm doing the
Brian, cut the camera, dude. We all know.
It's Kurt.
Kurt. I think like just like saying to cut away. And I'm actually I think I want to see if I can convince them to turn off the camera. The cameraman.
Roll manipulate someone. Fuck it.
Okay, that's an 8.
Did you get your +1?
Oh, I didn't. So that would be a 9.
It's a high F.
Yeah. It's not an F. It's like a C. Yeah, somebody could help out.
I could try. Oh, I got -1 on
I
cool,
also-
so maybe not.
The
Maybe
person that I
not.
think it actually makes the most sense to help out is Vlad.
Oh, he's currently running through a bar somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Which the
Under a bar.
threat of that is a perfect motivator for this person to do everything you ask.
Oh, okay. So you want me to roll help out?
I do want you to
Based
roll
on
help out.
the constant of your existence.
Okay.
And then something else is going to happen, Vlad.
Yeah, so it would be a cutaway interview with Vlad.
That's how you're helping out.
So yeah, that's a 10 for help out.
So they'll be like, okay, they'll shut off the camera on you, Trish, and turn it on in a cutaway interview with Vlad, who is currently a drunk bear. So it's soft gradient background, fucking bear. And I think the prompt question is like, so how do you feel about what's going on right now?
No.
Do you think you're getting any closer to figuring out the mystery?
Can I roll kick some ass?
Yes.
Because I like Vlad as a human wouldn't do this, but I'm berserker right now.
Mhm.
All right. That is 5 plus 4 is 9. Then plus 2 for tough. So that's an 11.
So this is just going to be one of those things where you, as a bear, stand up and just hurl the chair, the little stool that you had been sitting on, which cracks the lens of the camera. The pleasant gradient background snaps to reveal that it's just a green screen behind you, which you then turn around and also slash so that you can see that it's actually just like some kind of disused mini mall office. There's like a whiteboard behind you that says like, "Go team, do not erase." And everyone starts running around trying their best to get away from you. I think
It's loose.
someone comes in with a jar of honey and tries to offer that to you, but you swat it out of their hands.
Mikey's like watching this feed on his tablet, like, Dad's fucking him up.
Let me
Get him,
see.
Dad.
Let me
Language.
Yes, Nora, your dad is doing something very cool.
see. He's making me ghosts.
I would have taken the honey. He's making me ghosts. Oh, you are spilling blood this day, Vlad Remington.
I was gonna say, do you need to know how much damage I'm doing, or
I would like to know how much damage you're doing.
just so the
Also,
audience
yes.
can know?
With your 10, you get to pick what's your advantage.
Oh, I'm gonna inflict terrible harm. So,
Of course you are.
So I have my base or claws. I added a +1 harm, and then I got claws of the beasts, so that's 4 harm. I also added ignore armor. I also added, well, because I got the +1, so that's 5. Yeah, and then I also took the move smite, so all of my natural attacks, which monstrous attacks count as natural attacks, are now just like automatically the weakness of whatever I'm attacking.
This is going to be a very awkward rap party for this show. Yama murdered a lot of people out there. Like, you start slashing, and like the cracked lens on the camera is now splashed with blood. And it drops to one side, and you can just see like the scurrying of feet and paws.
I love this. This is
Does
good.
this might do 2 damage too? Yes, thank you, Dixon. You are also killing people that much better.
I just imagine like Odin is like watching this from on high with a bucket of popcorn now, and his ravens are just like on his shoulders, and he's just like feeding popcorn to him and be like, yeah, this is good.
I want him. Oh, what is he going to say? He's going to say something like, I get reality TV now.
This is so real.
Yes. This is the truth. The truth of the bear and of the blood. So,
I say to Doreen, that's my dad.
your dad's a bear.
Yep.
Why did your dad turn into a bear?
I don't know. Mom, why did he turn into a bear this time?
Oh my God, I've been drinking that shit for years. Am I going to turn into a bear?
No, you're not going to turn into a bear. This is not like some weird Spider-Man, like spider bit you and you're going to turn into a spider. It's not like that.
I got bit by a spider?
No, I'm not good with analogies.
Doreen, why would you drink shit?
Language.
You watch your language.
Hey, nobody tells my kid to watch their language except for me.
Yeah, you tell him, Mom.
Doreen, just maybe you should just end the day early. Just go home. I don't think anybody else is going to be coming into that bar for a while.
I'll manipulate someone.
9.
Can I help out? Because I was going.
Yep.
I help by
I did it
intimidating.
just early. I'm going to -1, but I'm still going to help out. This is 8.
It helps.
I think what that means then is she'll just be like, okay, fine. You'll stop the car, and she'll get out, and oh, this is so bad. She'll be like, even before the courts took them away from me, I never let my kids get drunk. And she slams the door shut.
Okay, that's your own problems. Bye, Doreen. Well, children, I think we might want to go see what's going on with your father, but I don't know. Looks from the looks of that, looks at the camera footage. The bear might want to let him get his anger out just a little bit more.
Yeah, might want to let him just.
So the other meta conceit that is problematic with trying to do a real-time game in reality TV things is that like that's not where he is. So functionally, physically,
so that was
right
like
now,
him a few minutes ago.
right? That's like it's TV magic.
Yeah.
Right now, functionally, physically, he is in those tunnels headed towards some light. And
I see.
Literal
Okay.
TV magic. It's just some abjuration and transportation for a brief period of time. And they realize they fucked up, and then they put him back.
yes.
Don't go to the woods. The light, Dad. No, Dad. Dad.
Don't go towards the light.
Come back as a ghost.
So we could either go follow after him.
It is. So I want you guys to get to decide. Also, we still have to resolve the Horizione investigation.
Yes. And did they stop recording us, by the way? The cameraman that was recording us?
Did you tell them to?
Yeah, and I think that was what
Yeah,
Ray
that was with the help
was
out.
rolling for the help
Yes.
out.
Okay. Yes. So yes, they're not. Yeah, they're just like, okay, fucking
Right.
fine. We'll get them on the far cams.
Yeah. Then I think Trish, very conspiratorially to her kids, is like, all right, you guys, we're going dark. We're not going to be on the cameras anymore. So do you know what that means, going dark, Nora?
It's going to be like the O.J. Simpson chase.
Yeah, we put on the shoe polish and we pull out the big guns.
Like we're football players.
Yes, sort of. Yeah. And we're gonna be super secretive so they don't see us coming, okay?
So I'll let you choose, because it pleases me to imagine that one of you has an established link with Vlad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's equally cute if it's Trish as it is if it's Nora. So it's up to you which one knows with absolute certainty where Vlad is at all times.
What do you think, Nora? You want to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad's going to the forest first.
So prior to that happening, I want to resolve a couple of things. So the first thing is that, and it's a couple of things with Mikey. So the first thing, Mikey, is you are getting a ping from the Crest-Colgates that they have split up. And they are...
Oh, no.
You can tell that both of the parents are at City Hall, and you can tell that one of each of the twins is... Maddie is at Seren, which is by the church in the graveyard, and Tony is by Timber, which is in the forest.
Okay. Yeah, they've all split up. They're all over the city. Oh, hey, can I like click in and see what I'm seeing with the drone at Horizons?
I want you to say it. I need you to
I'm
say
just
it.
thinking of the fucking Pokemon Virizion.
Perfect. Even better. What's going on at Virizion? What was your question that you wanted to ask?
Shit. What was the question I wanted to ask? I think it was.
You wanted to look, right?
Yeah.
It was what is being
what's being
concealed
concealed here?
Oh.
Yeah. I also have a follow-up question because my brain's like, but we can handle that at a different time if we want.
I want you to hit me with your follow-up question, because this is how I play this game.
My follow-up question is, if we are putting together that, okay, the production company are the people who are like responsible for what is going on, why are they doing that? What is the benefit that the production company has from coming in and dredging up these ghosts that seem to be connected to the past of the like mayoral generational family in this town? Is it just them trying to generate like revenue for being a tourist town and like trying to get like ghost hunters to come in and like, ooh, spooky ghost, and like do their fucking pedantic bullshit? Or is it like something more sinister than that? Why would a production company want to do that? What are they getting out of it?
I think I'm going to answer that question sort of characteristically obliquely, which is to say that season 2, which is the season that the Crest-Colgates won, was like the hit season of this show. It's what made this show.
Okay.
You are now, I think, in like season 5. And the show kind of, by, popular consensus, has yet to reach the heights of season 2 since. Of note, in season 2, somebody died. Like, they were hunting, they were hunting a werewolf, and it killed somebody over the course of the season. And then season 3, they were, hunting I think they were hunting a chupacabra, and the hunters were like really effective, and that was very exciting, but that meant that nothing died, which kind of meant show kind of lost some steam.
So, okay, so this might have to be a roll or something. How well off actually are, like, is everything just a fucking front for them? Like, are they hurting and they're trying to boost their ratings by manufacturing a danger here that shouldn't actually be here?
That will be a roll. I will have that be a separate investigative mystery roll.
Well, Pumpkin's hiding it.
Because now you're getting into industry rags.
Okay, so 5 plus 2 is 7. And I don't believe I have any plus ones right now.
So that's one question. And you're asking who are you asking this question about?
Just referring to
The hosts, or
I think I'm asking this about like the Colgates. Because the Colgates are like the star of the show. They're the money runners.
are they in on
Like,
it?
One, maybe they're in on it. Two, like if they are the people who have kind of been bringing, I mean, when you have talent working on a TV show for a long time, they start to get more and more and more input onto like the content of like what they want to act in, even in so-called reality TV. So like, yeah, like how in the mix and how involved are the Colgates in like the actual production of this show? Are they producers?
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving this
Executive producer Colgates.
Yeah, like
deeply media savvy.
this is
Remington.
like half me just kind of fucking metagaming because I'm thinking about Supernatural and how the like lead actors eventually like past season 5 were producers and like writing, like helping to write scripts and
That's
helping to
common.
direct episodes. And I'm like, is there something going on there too? Also, Mikey's a big fucking nerd like me. So
I was gonna say, you're really smart. That makes sense that he
Yeah.
would put it together too.
And he's 16 years old in the current year that it is.
He's so
you definitely
smart.
you definitely have a weird amount of knowledge about how television is made.
that's his autistic hyperfocus.
And yeah,
in between, we very autistic coded because I am also.
Mm-hmm.
So very much.
yeah, I didn't want to bring it up, but the way that you have created him with all of his weird sides, like it was extremely. That's
Yeah.
the energy.
We're proud of him. He's so artistic.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not. You know
Yeah.
what? Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He is.
100%.
Yes, he is.
Drunk ass bear dad. He's as long as he's proud and he loves his kid, we don't correct him. So I think your initial investigations of like easy mode, have they been made producers or executive producers, is no. But I think because you are tenacious, you are aware that in the last few years, some of the other like branded deals and extra consulting and their ongoing influencer content about the missions they were going on have tapered back. So they are doing less things that aren't this show.
This is
Which
Yeah.
the vibe I want to give you is that they are not officially producers, but they are very likely behind the scenes collaborators.
Yeah, they're heavily invested in this show doing well because this is their primary source of income.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. So we have a why. Sorry. Let me get in out from above board. So we have a why. The Colgates, this is like their money. This is what they do to get money. They make this show good. Other income sources are kind of drying up for them. So maybe that's why the production company would do this in the first place. Shit. The two monsters. It's not the two hosts. It's the Colgates and the production company.
It could be. I don't trust either of them.
So does that mean Dad has to kill them? Dad's already
They
killed
might
the
have a fight
production
coming.
company.
Yeah.
Do we kill the Colgates?
Maybe.
Might be.
Okay, and we know that they're all split up right now, right? The parents were at City Hall. Maddie, you said, was at Soren or whatever you called that place.
Soren.
Soren. Tony was Timber. So they're certainly doing something. So either they're just like going around.
I mean, they're
I don't
making
know.
a TV show. They're making it look good.
So they have to act like they're doing something. Do we know where the hosts currently are? Are they back at like HQ or?
Yes, there is like a production HQ that is at a disused office in like a mini mall in Juniper Springs. That's where you've been doing all of your cutaway interviews.
Yeah, I have a weird question, Johnny. Could I do a magic roll?
I'm going to need more information.
I've got a grimoire, so I have like some spells and stuff that I can do. I'm wondering if I can do a spell to observe another place and time.
Okay.
I would like it to be when the like show producers were discussing the conceit of this season and like
Okay.
the planning of it. Is that something I could do?
If you roll well,
Okie dokie.
If it's against the Crest-Colgates in a sense, could that mean we get the +1 for the -1 to the Crest-Colgates that we got earlier?
Oh.
Ooh. Yes, it could.
Thank you for that, because then that makes that a 10.
Yes.
Excellent. So you don't even need to. So you are trying to observe a different place or time. So kids, your mom has done her mom shit and her eyes are rolling back in her head. And tell me again, with great specificity, what are you trying to view?
I want to view like the time when the conceit of like this season of this show was being kind of like discussed amongst the like show hosts, the producers, and kind of I want to see that moment like where it kind of was decided that this was going to be like kind of rigged and that there was stuff going from there. I want to see that moment.
Okay. So that moment occurs in that mini mall ass office where okay, good. I get to do all of this. There's a bunch of people around a conference room. It's going to be some more of that hot Johnny on Johnny action where I'm just going to be talking to myself for a little while.
Sounds masturbatory.
You didn't have to say that.
Just going to put that right there.
We love it when Johnny plays with himself. I don't know what the problem is.
I'm here on purpose.
We just play to the pandering to the
What's great
audience.
for this is that it's getting late for
Pandering
all
to
of
the
you.
audience.
It's like
I know
noon
why
here
you're
for
here.
me.
Bless you.
Everybody else, the sun's gone down, so it's time to get horny. So
Something's coming up.
you can see in this room, there is Vera and Rusty Crest-Colgate. There is also Vince Nichols, the host. There is also another guy who's like dressed somewhere between businesslike and like I need you to think I'm cool. So like he has a suit, but then the shirt that he's wearing is screen printed. You know that his name is Mick Principal, and he's the like network guy. There's a woman in a hoodie, and then there's a dude who, even if you didn't know through this spell what his name was, you would automatically know that his name was something like fucking Dutch. He's got like close cropped hair. You can't see because he's behind a table, but you know he's wearing cargo shorts. And he's the one who is just like, why don't we just blow up the fucking town? Like, that'll do it. And the guy in the suit is like, that's not drama. This is why the network picked me, okay? Because I know what's hip. I know what's Riz. I know what's bitch. I know what's going to get people to watch the show.
Oh, no.
We're not going to blow up the town, okay? We're going to give the people a hero and a villain and then a family full of shitbirds who can be villain too. You need two villains. This is what's blowing up on bitch talk. It's all about your villain and then your sub-villain, okay? So we're going to hydrate.
I don't have anything left to hydrate.
And the woman in the hoodie is like, look, I'm just here to do something amazing. As long as it's amazing, then I can get a documentary, then I can get a Marvel movie, then I can get an Oscar, okay?
Bad idea, actually, as far as the career path goes. One of the things Pretty large misstep, it seems.
And then Dutch is like, look, I don't even need plans for some of these bars. I built some of those bars. I can put your bullets in that wall. No problem. No fucking problem. And Scott Darby is like, but will this affect the town? And the guy in the suit is like, I don't give a shit. You have a ghost. That's the only reason I'm talking to you. You have a ghost. We can fucking supercharge her. And you know what? Suddenly, people outside of 30 miles around are going to know the name Juniper Springs. You got tourists from fucking Wisconsin. You got grandpa fucking space shuttle bullshit up in here. I'm going to bring you New York shit. Okay? I'm going to bring you Los Angeles. I'm going to bring you Holland. You want people in your town who don't even speak English? You know what they have to spend? Euros. Euros, baby.
Why am I getting John Raffio vibes all of a sudden?
I'm the fucking wizard.
They don't spend dollars, they spend euros.
Flush with cash.
I still have lira from Italy. So, the information that I want you to get from this conversation. 1, there really is a ghost. 2, they have constructed a team to make her more dangerous than she would have been otherwise. 3, the Crest-Colgates were there to be the heroes, to trample over you and your family and make you look like fools and idiots, which they didn't think they'd have to do. They weren't even focusing on that. They didn't think they'd have to deal with that.
Okay. So yeah, I think Trish kind of relays all of this to the kids and is like, well, you're right. Or Mikey, it's a kind of a little bit of both. They're trying to set things up, the other family up to be the heroes. And yeah, the production team, the hosts behind it. And they're making that ghost, which is a real ghost, more scary, more deadly.
Okay.
So I think we need to get your dad, and then we need to take some names.
Yeah.
And
Don't you mean kick ass and take names?
I was trying not to swear in front of you, and I told you how many times, Nora, do not swear.
-1 for swearing. That's the swear jar.
That should have been one of the Kiwi coins. It's the swear jar. It's a -1 to your roll.
I'm not serious, Dixon. I think you spelled my name wrong, so that's not for me.
So on that topic, I do need to ask, because I am seeing, is there a Crest-Colgate cutaway cam request?
Yeah, there was.
I did see that earlier.
There was a
Yes,
Crest-Colgate
there is.
cutaway cam.
So we are cutting away now to a pleasant-seeming gradient background where Vera and Rusty Crest-Colgate are discussing their findings.
Blood splatter on the background.
Yeah, but it's like flickering in and out because it's on the green screen and not on the background.
Right, yeah.
Oh, no.
Like the computer can't fully remove it, and
Like the backside.
and
of
yes,
the
the
green
crack
screen.
in the camera lens is also still there. So they're like, ooh, they are super psyched and like doing that thing at the end of the detective show where they are laying out everything that has happened. And they're like, this poor girl found herself in the forest, interrupting the gin stills. Thought she'd have herself a drink. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite finished yet and was more poison than it was alcohol. But wouldn't you know it, the town at the time, fully dependent on criminal enterprise to remain afloat. Yes, it was Gene Darby. He covered up the whole thing. A girl goes missing, that's one thing. A girl dies by drinking the alcohol that is the only reason your town isn't falling into ruin? Well, that's something else entirely. Yes, and they would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for us pesky adventurers. Looks right at the camera.
Hey, we figured it out too, Colgates.
Fuckers.
Language, Mikey.
I love to fucking swear. So,
Oh no, not from you too.
and that's where I want to cut to now. Vlad, you are fired up about the Lord, and you are running out up these stairs out into, you don't care how you got outside. There was maybe a thicket of leaves and branches. That's just stuff. You bust through that shit all the time. Who cares? What's important is that there are muscly things over there. There are men of fighting age and stature, and they are doing stuff, and you know that they can fight, and so you ask them to, the only way you know how. I want you to roll two things for me.
All right.
I want you to roll read a bad situation, and I want you to roll it at -1 to take in information because you are drunk and a bear.
Yeah, bears are notoriously nearsighted as well. So
Noted.
So I got a 3 on the dice.
You
-1 from you.
fucking did.
And -1 because of my stats. So I got a 1. So I crit missed.
Oh, no.
I crit missed, Johnny. What do I get?
I'll tell you what you fucking get. The thing you can see that you can't help but see is floating in the sky, a teenage girl in a dress, blood all down her shirt. She's just flying around and she's pointing at stuff, and that stuff blows up. She points at a truck and the truck tire explodes. She points at a backhoe and the backhoe bursts into flames. And she points at you and something like a cannonball hits your shoulder. It's the same shoulder that you smashed into the wall. I'm going to say that'll be 2 harm.
No, that's fair.
The other thing I want you to do is to roll kick some ass.
Let's do it. I'm going to spend a luck point.
Excellent.
That was a bad roll. So so that makes it a 12.
Okay, so for a 12, I think you are going nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I want to describe this is that, like, the first half of what should be the battle, the thing that you're built for, is so disappointing that it's like you keep walking up to a pretty girl and asking her to dance, and she keeps saying no. You keep coming up with your weapons ready to fight, and the person who should be your partner, the person who should be in this dance with you, backs away. That's not how you do this. That's not how you play this game. You don't, okay, maybe you aren't the person I'm here for. So you move on to another one. And they do the same goddamn thing. And after a couple of those, you start just being like, well, you're getting the claws anyway. If you refuse the claws, you're still getting the claws. So you go through a couple of these, and eventually some people start dancing. Some of these people stop being dressed in yellow and start being dressed in black. And they stop having blunt instruments and they start having elegant instruments, long and thin batons, and some honestly straight up swords. So with your 12, what's your advantage? Do more harm, take less harm, etc., etc.
I think because of just his mode and the way he does things, he's going to inflict terrible harm.
Okay.
So does that equal like 12 harm or something?
Yeah, what is that? That is a good question. How much harm is terrible harm for Vlad right now?
I think it's 5 total.
5 total. Okay.
Because it's his claws normally do 4, and then it's +1 for terrible harm, and then it's armor piercing, and it's or it ignores armor, and it's automatic weakness.
And smite +2.
Because of smite, yeah.
Well, smite's +2 is just like if you were just punching normal. It's 2 harm, but it doesn't add 2 to your normal attack.
Oh, okay.
So it's just 5 with weakness and ignore armor.
Okay. Because we're at where we're at, and because I like this as rather than doing like a discrete attack for every person you're hitting, I'm preferring to treat this as a frenzy.
Love it.
And so there's a couple of things that'll happen. The first thing is because of these dudes that are hitting you, the things that are actually attacking you are going to do 3 harm.
Okay.
That will not ignore armor. So if you have armor,
I don't think Monstrous gets armor like naturally. So
noted. So that's going to happen. You're going to take that, and because you're berserking out, it won't you'll keep fucking going, but you're going to get that hurt. The other thing that I want you to take note of is that you are able to like jump up and off of the I don't know what the term is for the arm of the backhoe because I'm a writer who lives in the city.
I know that the thing is called a bucket.
You
the
jump
thing
up,
at the end of the arm is the bucket.
Yeah, that's the thing in the butt. Yeah,
the
it's a
arm.
bucket.
Thank you. You jump up and you like climb up the arm of this backhoe and leap off and slash the ghost herself. And she seems 1, in pain, and 2, scandalized that you would dare to that you would dare to hurt her, but also that you were capable of doing it. She's shocked. And then you land on the ground and you are like, I smell more blood, and you bite a dude on the ankle.
Yeah.
So, Jonny, sorry, can you explain who all is in this room that he's seeing? There was a ghost and then...
He's not in a room. He is at a construction site.
Oh, okay. I missed that part.
And sure enough, so yes, he's come up and out into a construction site in
Gotcha.
the forest. And sure enough, there are huge, super bright stadium-style lights on everything.
Can we say that we're headed towards him?
I know it is.
Yeah, that was my intention.
Yeah.
Yes, that Nora knows exactly where he
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
And Nora, it pleases me that you are like the sensation you get from your dad is he's in the forest where he belongs.
Yes.
He's in his favorite place doing his favorite thing.
Killing people.
He has the taste of copper on his mouth, and I don't know what that means.
Yes, and he's also
Yes.
very hurt.
It's warm and it's wet.
Okay, let's get there right now. Hurry.
While we're in transit, can I build something for Nora?
He just keeps screaming, fuck your taxes.
I would love for you to build something for Nora.
What?
Because Nora, you're like 9, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Based on our conversation about bionicles earlier, I want to take like, I imagine this is the family van, so sometimes we just have shit that we don't use anymore there. I want to take like a baby carrier and then like a bunch of like our old tools and like maybe even like a part of a go-kart and build some armor that Nora can wear to just...
I've already got armor.
You already have armor. I want to give you like...
Yeah, yep. I've got the safety first move. I have 2
Oh, you
armor.
have 2 armor. Okay, because I was just thinking about giving you
She's
like
protected.
basically like a Fallout power suit made of like whatever nonsense we had in the back of the truck.
Power armor.
I pull out my little yellow raincoat and it's got bits of metal and shoulder pads and everything attached to it.
I mean, I would, if you wanted to do something like that and armor is not required, I would allow that to give functionally +1 tough.
To me?
Yeah.
Yes.
+1 to tough. Dang. I already have 2 to tough. But
I
sure.
got +3.
You have 3.
Plus
You want 3 tough?
Yeah.
3 tough for the last battle.
So this is not really adapting to things the way that like building Eagle 1 was. This is like kind of creating something whole cloth. So I think this is weird science.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
6 and a 2 plus 2 is a 10.
I moved away from the microphone this time, Mum.
Okay.
I'm going to say it requires something rare or weird. Maybe like a power source.
You're going to have to use the GameCube.
The GameCube? Okay. That's fine.
Oh no.
It's gonna be
Childhood's
like-
over.
On the chest, Tony Stark style.
And
I'm
the little
Iron
fusion
Man.
core in the center is just the Game Boy.
Yep. Boom.
Yeah. Okay.
I start to draw a little felt tip goatee on my face.
So
I'm
that
Iron
everyone
Man.
knows you're
Everyone
strong.
knows you're Tony Stark.
Yeah, and I'm Iron Man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm Iron Man.
Yeah, I build you this makeshift Iron Man armor with a box of scraps and a GameCube. And the other like requirement that I'm working around is it not working as I intended. I think like in the design process as I'm putting this together, I see like a potential problem that like if it went wrong, it would just like snap you in half. And I'm like, better fix that. And so yeah, now you have a power suit that gives you an additional tough.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And my goatee.
I think while this is happening, Trish is just ushering.
And like poorly mounted on your shoulder, like a yes, exactly.
He's my Jarvis.
We're going to destroy them.
I will.
Yes. Madam, watch your 6 p.m. That means behind you.
Oh, okay. Turn around with my slingshot.
Doesn't quite know how to tell
Well
time yet.
killed.
No, what's that 6 p.m. It's the digital on my Apple Watch.
I'm just in the wrong time zone.
Right. Fucking hell.
Perfect.
I don't know.
Now we're
Rob.
getting meta, bros.
Yes. Yeah, can we I am beelining to get to, based on what Nora said about him having like tastes like copper in your mouth. I think Trish is very, very worried about her husband, and she is like ushering as quick as we can get to where he is.
Okay. You know what? Roll act under pressure. Trish.
Trish has a -1.
I do this for driving now.
Okay, act under pressure is cool, right?
Plus the -1 from Dixon, who says, "Go Team Jonny."
So with a -1, that's a 12
Nice.
God.
because I rolled a 6 and a 5. Mama Bear's on the way.
But you're not a beer, Mom.
It's just Papa who's the bear. Mama,
Yeah, just
Papa Bear.
Dad.
Mama person.
Actually, Mum, I have a question. If Dad's a bear, why aren't me and Mikey bears?
Because sometimes parents
Don't you
don't
do it.
pass everything to their children.
Don't you go
You
there,
see,
Sero.
there are these things that you'll learn about when you get into, I think it was like 8th grade, 7th grade for me. They're called Punnett squares. And she just
Just
starts
tries
to
to
describe all of this.
tell you about basic
Basically, the
biology.
recessive and dominant.
Hereditary
Yes.
genes.
Exactly. As she's like panicking internally and just like, keep it locked down. It's fine.
At least she didn't ask, why did we like the mailman?
Something does.
Yeah.
Don't- That's what I was trying to keep on the shelf. So one thing, as you were driving and explaining the very basics of inherited genetics to your daughter, you see something in the road and you instinctively swerve out of the way of it. And then as you like kind of review the last minute in your mind, you realize that the thing you saw in the road was
Like some fucking spikes.
fucking Vera Crest-Colgate with a shotgun.
Oh, okay.
Just run over him, Mum.
I think, out of the window, she just flips the bird. Not today, Vera.
Mom!
We all
That's my wife.
Cut to Vince Nichols. We're not going to be able to put that on the air, right?
They'll just use pixels.
Woman
This
on a
whole
mission.
damn thing.
It's
no.
just all blurred out.
We're going to have to bleep this whole fucking episode.
Do we arrive at the construction site?
Yes.
Okay.
And it is familiar to a couple of you. I think both of the people who have connected with Carol Ann can like smell the same kind of dirt and see the same kind of green and leaves and grass and the light. And other than that, it's fucking chaos, you guys. There's a giant bear climbing up trees and leaping off of them and slashing dudes.
You look really hurt, don't you?
Oh yeah.
He's got some blood for sure. He's got
a lot of blood.
his shoulders are all tore up. He's probably got blood caking shut one of his eyes. But goddamn, if he doesn't give a shit, he's still leaping around and doing stuff. And the other thing that is most notable is, well, two things that are most notable. One is there is a teenage girl fucking flying around, still pointing at stuff and having it blow up. Most notably, I think, if you take the time to do the math, none of the actual walls of the condo are blowing up.
Mm-hmm.
It's just anything else. And then, yeah, there's a small army trying to hold off this bear that is your dad and husband.
Trish sees this and she's going to say to Nora and to Mikey, and she's like, you guys stay back. And she's going to try to get into the fray so that she can go over to where Vlad is.
Roll act under pressure.
Okay. I rolled poorly. I only rolled a 6, I think, because I don't think I have any bonuses. So I'm going to actually I have a move called Fortune's Fool. I can mark 3 corruption to gain the effects of spending 1 luck. So that becomes a success.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So once she gets up close, I then will use my Devour Harm move to heal you for half of your harm.
Oh, wow.
And I will take half of it myself.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So what does that do? How much harm did you have, Vlad?
Lot.
I had 6, so that would stabilize me.
Yes. She will come up and through your drunken, rage-fueled haze, you will notice the face of your wife putting both of her hands on your shoulders and just soothing the heck out of you. And the cut on your head stops bothering you and the pain in your shoulders lessens, but still there. And yeah, you now split it.
So I take 3 harm.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have unquenchable vitality. So since I just took harm, I'm gonna heal up hopefully some harm and then roll plus cool.
Nice.
So I only heal 1. That's an 8. So I heal up 1 harm. So I'm now at 2 harm. And then she's like, "Oh God, what did you get yourself into, Vlad?"
And Vlad responds,
and just gets like a gun ready at her side and is just holstered up.
"What did you get into? A good time." Thank you, Dixon, for being my joke writer for the evening. So, Mikey, Nora, what are you doing? You just saw your mom go absorb blood from your dad, and there's all this shit happening.
Yeah, I think Mikey would turn to Nora and say, so you're really good at ghosts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think you got this. And Mikey is going to try and go find the power source for this encampment. He's going to go find the generators.
Okay. I like that idea. I'm going to have you then roll. Let me just roll plus sharp. Going to game jail. Don't worry.
3 and 1 is a 4 plus 2 is a 6. So I'm not there. I will just go ahead and use a luck point.
Okay. So because I was all set with this, I like the idea that you are you just are seeing all the light sources and following the chords as you know how they work. And you're tracing them back to where they come from. And you are about to be happened upon by a couple of these black-clad guards, but you jump into the shadows and they rush past you. And so now that you've spent this lux point, you are able to go and find, I think it does make sense. Yes, there is a pretty sizable, basically semi-trailer sized generator that is providing the power for all of the shit that's going on here.
Okay. Yeah, I want to go up with that, and I want to find the emergency shutoff.
Okay. I'm going to make you roll again.
Well, what are we talking?
We're talking sharp. We're talking investigate a mystery.
Okay, that's much better. 4 and a 5 is 9 plus 2 is 11.
Okay. So I think, you know what? With an 11, I can tell you that you are able to discover a way to turn it off the way it's supposed to get turned off.
Not just like punching it like Star Wars.
Yep. And then there's a way that you know that you can turn it off that will make it stay off. Like you can either power this thing down or you can fucking break it.
Actually, I do have the move engineering, which also rolls on sharp. When you need to quickly fix or break a complicated gadget, roll sharp. On a 10 plus, it is fixed or broken the way that you wanted it to be.
Break it however you would like, my young friend.
This thing is irreparable. It is just fucking scrap.
Yes.
That's my boy.
The flavor I want to get on this is that like the drone you had sent to Horizone is like having figured out that that's not where you wanted it. You had already sent it back and it like arrives and you just equip it with stuff. And then you are basically going around this thing on either side and just beating the shit out of it.
Yeah.
You're doing your thing and fuck, what did you call it?
Eagle 1.
Eagle 1 is just firing
lasers.
Yes. It's little monstrous bits and just it's busted. Boop, 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 boop. All of the rest of you are thrown into the darkness of middle evening.
I turn on my light because I'm Iron Man.
That makes so much sense. Yes. He put like in Alien, you have those little lights things. Okay, dope. I'm going to have you then roll read a bad situation.
Oh dear. And I've got a -1 because apparently I'm not serious. Read a
Says
bad
who?
situation.
All of us. We all say it.
Exactly. 10.
Dope.
Who should I kill first?
Yeah, parents. Who should your 9-year-old daughter murder?
I don't think I'm even watching that at the moment. I'm in the middle.
No,
I
so
already
there's-
know the answer to that. That's the
I was gonna
ghost,
say
right?
I was gonna say I think you should go after the ghost.
Yeah, we'll give you like the list of things that I would focus on if I was you.
What's the biggest threat?
As a fan of your character.
Yeah.
Yes. So you have this ghost flying around, pointing at things and doing damage that you know that you can handle. You have your bear monster dad also flying around, dealing damage, but you're pretty much cool with that, even though he's not 100% in control of himself. You also have this like weird militia causing problems for things. So I think those are your choice of targets.
I'll go for the ghost first. I'll be like, Paulie, I'm a little bit scared.
And yet you are well armed.
This is true. Should we go for the ghost lady first?
We love to fight ghosts.
Okay.
And I am drunk.
Okay. Salt me. And I'll ask for a salt bomb.
Whoa. One will
And I'll
just
put
be
it in my slingshot.
excellent.
And I'll fire it at the ghosty.
And you will roll kick some ass.
And I rolled a 7. We hurt each other.
But with mixed success and ranged weapons, I'm always at sort of a loss at how to do this, but I can expand the timeline. So yes, you fire your salt bomb and it slams into the ghost. And
That's for harm. It's my signature weapon, so it does bad harm to her.
oh, well, in which case it beans her in the right shoulder and like seems to just, as though she's made of sand, like flake off her entire right arm. And she looks at you with like haughty party girl fury and flies at you. And I think does that horrible ghost thing where she flies through you.
Ah!
And so you are one, covered with ectoplasm, and two, I think you will take 2 harm, ignore armor, as she just like rips through the essence of you. And you yes, you are taking basically exhaustion damage. Also of note, you are 100% aware that after she flew through you, she is directly behind you.
She's at my 6 p.m.
Bless you. That's the most dangerous place for a ghost to be.
I jump around.
Roll act under pressure.
Under pressure. Will I spend a luck point?
I mean, if you miss, maybe. Have you spent
one already?
one?
I have not spent any yet. So
Okay.
I've still got
Then,
my 2 luck points left.
If you don't make
you
it, do
could
it.
without dying.
Yeah, I don't want to die. I spend the luck point. Now everyone has spent 1. Ooh. I do it.
It's
Really
poorly
good.
Attack of opportunity.
This is not
Honestly,
D&D.
you spent a luck point though, so I got to give you something. And
Okay, true. Give me.
I'm going to have him go, oh, I like this very much. A hand will come to rest on your shoulder. You spin around to face off against this ghost. And a hand rests on your shoulder, Nora, and goes, a moment, miss. And then this stream of light pours out of the eyes of your stuffed cat and slices through the air and thrusts against. Yeah, it's like a
like
it's
a
sort
little
of
beam.
I was gonna say I've got the Ark of the Covenant on my back.
yeah, it appears honestly a bit like a lightsaber floating in the air, just slashing the ghost a time or two.
Mikey clocks
And
in.
it gets her a couple of
I didn't
times.
saw that. That was not a feature.
And then the laser shoots back over your other shoulder. And Poorly is like, I've not done that in a very long time.
I was gonna say that's new.
New for you, child.
Well, yeah. Let's kill this ghost again.
Let's. Again. What do you want to do? How do you want to approach this?
I mean, the only really cool thing I got is to keep slingshotting her with the salt bombs.
That's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
She's pretty
Solid.
low.
Yep.
Roll kick some ass.
I rolled a 9. If you let me attack again, another 4.
So I think, yeah, unfortunately, she is going to hurl the rest of her entire being at you, which will do another 2 harm.
Protect my daughter.
I would love for you to protect your daughter. Roll protect someone.
I see this bitch coming for my daughter. I'm like, no, you're not. That is an 8.
Okay, so that means that you are going to dive in front of Nora, and you will take 2 harm instead.
I get to roll unquenchable vitality.
You sure do.
7, 8, 9. So I just take 1 harm. I do have armor. I don't know if that counts at all. No,
Not for
with
this.
the ghost.
This
Okay.
is ignore.
So I take 1 harm then.
Okay, you take 1 harm. Nora, you take 0 harm. And you will note, as this thing got crashed into by your salt sachet and then crashed into your mom, she the ghost disincorporated, and whatever there was of her flowed away in a slightly smokier version of the laser sword that was your cat for a little bit, and went to land somewhere underneath the bucket of the backhoe. There's kind of a paving stone that this energy just went and slid underneath.
What do you think, Paulie? Underneath the machiny thing, we have to dig up her bones and burn them?
Whatever it takes to kill the ghost.
Salt and burn.
Salt and burn.
We'll go off and do that while everyone else is fighting.
Just digging up bodies.
Vlad, I think because it pleases me to do so at this point, specifically following blip, 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 I want you to roll plus weird
Okay, can do.
to reach back out to your own brain.
7 plus 3 is a 10. Oh, I think I also got a plus 1.
You got +2.
Plus
Oh,
2.
damn.
Oh, yes. So that's a 12.
I want to just say, just as a little aside, it's pretty remarkable how the numbers that we are working with in this game are universally below 10, and that's what we have to add together, and I can't ever fucking do it.
Right? Yeah, no, same here.
It's like, okay, so that's a 2 plus 6 plus 4. I have to pull out my phone every time. So, your boy did good.
We like stories, not math.
I do words.
If I was good at adding things, I would have a better job. So,
Real.
you remain a bear. You remain psyched about how much everything smells like trees and dirt and wood. And honestly, the like sweat and blood is also sure doing something for you. But you are now also able to pull forward the human part of your brain and make judgment calls. And the things that I think you are most immediately aware of are the fact that your daughter has just bashed a ghost back into smoky ectoplasm after your wife just saved her from being got by that ghost. And also, your son just blew up a fucking truck.
I'm so fucking proud of all of you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to my wife and like with my bear claw like stroke her cheek
Aww.
and say, "Are you okay, my honeycomb?"
It's better than honey pie.
Yeah. I think Trish is like, I'm fine. The producers are in on everything. Kill everyone.
Blanket murder.
That's the sexiest thing you've ever said to me.
I know she said kill everyone, but I want to use my weird move to get a message from the Ravens.
Okay.
From your masters.
Yeah, my
Whatever.
Dark Master.
What are they actually called? The
Secret Masters?
Secret Master.
Yeah, Secret Masters. Hunin
There you
and
go.
Moonin.
Okay.
So that is a 7 on the dice plus 3 for the weird for a 10.
Dude. Okay. And remind me again what a 10 implies on this move.
On a 10 plus, the Secret Masters reveal a key fact, clue, or technique that will help you. I think I am going to go to them now and say, my claws have never been sharper. My fury has never been hotter. Tell me where these producers are, and I'll bring you their heads.
They're going to go, it is the ones called Principal and Nichols we crave. The rest were simply bought and paid for.
Were those the hosts?
The host and the executive,
Okay.
Mac Principal and Vince Nichols, they and the offending Darby. You know what? Follow the funny. They are at the fucking Applebee's.
Hey!
They've rented out a meeting room at the Applebee's because why wouldn't there be one of those in a town this size? And they're watching the dailies right now. And that's where they are.
It's funny, Jonny, because you haven't ever listened to our show, but you do obviously have a spiritual connection with our love of Applebee's.
What do we call it?
There is an episode titled Plot at the Applebee's.
Dope. Want to get thrown out of an Applebee's?
Yeah, I think Vlad's going to look where he thinks his son is, because, I mean, it's dark now and he's kind of nearsighted. He's just going to yell, Mikey, find me the Applebee's.
Mikey, bloop. I just sent you a pin, Dad.
On it.
I can't use my
Fucking-
phone.
I have a
Every
better
time.
idea. I need. When are we going to get you off of the Android, Dad? We have to be an iPhone family. I
that's
need
definitely not
Vlad
Mikey's
to
vibe.
roll. You are not wrong. Yes. We're homebrew family. If you get on iPhone, it's going to fuck up everything. So I need Vlad to roll act under pressure to get there. And I want Mikey to roll help out to send the drone to lead him there.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, I really like that too. Because that is a 9 on the dice.
Mikey's running Linux.
Ooh, okay. So help out is one of the few things that I actually have to roll straight. So help out is cool. It's a -1. That is a 3 and a 2 -1. So it's a 4.
bud.
Oh no.
Last
Wait,
one.
plus one,
one.
a 5.
Thanks, Dixon.
Still not good.
Thank you for your service, Dixon.
Oof, a failed help out roll.
Yeah, they don't really offer a lot of consequences for that in the rules.
What they kind of say is you don't help and you're in trouble.
Yeah. If you are looking for a thing to do for that, I would be fine
Please
with
give me suggestions.
you just taking Eagle One out. Because they've seen it doing things actively at this point.
That makes a ton of sense. So you send off your drone to guide your dad to the Applebee's and someone fucking shoots it down.
I was just going to say.
Yeah.
Vera or
So
whatever
it's-
her name is.
It's headed off and then skabloosh. One of them BBs knocks it out of the
Mm-mm.
sky. So
No.
Vlad, you are back to doing your best to operate by scent. And I think you had rolled a 9.
Yes.
I think what that will mean is you will arrive at the Applebee's, but you will stop short when the ground in front of you explodes as Vera Crest-Colgate fires a shotgun at your feet. It's polite to announce yourself before you arrive.
For clarification,
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, are the rest of us still back at the construction site, or have we all joined with Vlad?
As we're sitting here, he's run off by himself.
He's run off by himself? Okay.
He's all fired up about the Lord.
About the
But you
Lord.
do all know with absolute certainty where he is. He's
is.
just able to
Okay.
get there much quicker than you are.
Nope, that's good.
And you are all not also without your own problems that you have seen
Yeah.
the ghost go where it went. You have these like militia people and these frightened construction dudes who are like
Mhm.
big what the fuck energy. I think I want to stick with Vlad.
I was going to say, can I just bear swatter out of the way?
We'll kick some ass.
Just like Hulk smash.
Oh, that's lovely. That is 9 on the dice plus 2 for an 11.
I want this to just fucking happen. I love it so much. So yeah, she like balances her shotgun on her shoulder daintily and is like, when you haven't been invited to a place, dear, it's not impolite to. And she sent like a stuffed animal getting thrown by an angry dog, like boom, 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 thump, lands in some friggin' bushes, and then you bear walk into a goddamn Applebee's, which like the main part of the Applebee's is very clearly closed to the public. The lights are down, all the booths are empty. There's no margs or way too tall beers, but there is like one lamp on off in the corner where there's a bunch of people huddled around an array of screens and laptops.
I heard there's bees. Where's my honey?
Oh no.
There is, I think, also a like 19-year-old kid behind the bar who's just like,
That was so.
Points at the people behind the screens who are all engrossed in their shit, and they maybe aren't even paying attention to you or the noise or anything.
I'd give you a tip, and I just gesture down. I'm not wearing pants. And then he just walks on.
Oh yeah, that's the dude. Like pulls out his cell phone and clicks a picture of you.
As I was talking, Bear.
All right, what's your intention here, Vlad Remington?
Ray would love to just intimidate them and end this here, but Vlad Remington made a promise, and I will be quite literally damned if I don't fulfill that promise. So I think it's a kick some ass roll.
I think it is, and I think you will hear a trio of voices in your ear being like, yeah, fucking do it.
That is 8 on the dice, plus 2 for a 10.
Okay. And can I assume that your advantage you're wanting to take is to do terrible harm?
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to have the camera back out of the Applebee's as you can hear snarling and slashing and the splashing of blood. And then just before we sort of get up and too far to see, we can see the 19-year-old bartender walk out of the front door and very quickly drop his keys in front of his Kia Sorento, pick them back up, open it with his shaking hands, and get in and fucking drive home and find a new job.
This was the wake-up call I needed. You know, I'm halfway through an associate's degree. I've got places I gotta be.
I think I'm going back to school.
I don't have to be in Juniper Springs all my life. Maybe there's Twin Cities and all over the place. I can just like go to University of Arizona. I can just like my dad said. So you are going to take 2 harm. They're only going to be able to do 2, and that will not ignore armor because they're just producers. But
they're just producers.
They're harmless. They'll claw and scrape and fight, and they don't skip leg day, but they also don't have claws. Back at the construction site, Nora, Trish, Mikey, what are you doing?
If Dad is going off to find the producers, I'm helping Nora.
Yeah, because Nora was digging, right?
Yeah. Use the backhoe. Oh no, it blew up.
Yeah.
It's on fire. The ghost set it on fire. Why did the ghost set it on fire?
Nora.
Yeah?
Roll act under pressure and add 1 with your fucking armor suit because you are lifting up this gigantic paving stone, which you can maybe do.
Can someone help me out, please?
Unless
I got
you can't.
I did canonically say I was helping.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't want to die by spending luck.
My help out's shit, but
So's my act under pressure.
doesn't matter. That's a 10 to 10 minus 1, so we get there.
I don't get set on fire.
So you don't get set on fire. I think there is still actually, yes, perfect. So all of the militia types that were fighting you and shooting suddenly stop and check their ears like they're getting some information. They're they all are now just talking to each other to be I don't know what to do either. Is it still, I mean, I'll have to go through my contracting company to figure it out, but they all take out their phones. And so, yes, you pick up with your armor enhanced muscles and your 16-year-old brother, you lift off this thing and you can see, yes, the hastily buried and accidentally exhumed body of a, judging by her bone structure, probably 16-year-old girl who has been buried for nearly 100 years.
All the salt! And then set it on fire.
So you dump salt on it and you set it on fire.
Yeah.
You know what? Because it pleases me to do so, I want you to roll plus weird.
Uh-oh. I didn't take a high weird.
Good.
But at least it's a +1, right? 12! werewolf, baby!
Nice.
12 for real?
Yeah, for real. I can take a screenshot if you don't believe me.
I do believe you and I believe in you, but what I want Mikey to notice is that, like, your little sister pulls out her stash of salt and, like, basically makes a perfect human-shaped pile of salt on top of the human-shaped pile of human. Like, it's mathematically perfect. There's very little wasted salt. It's beautiful. Like, she keeps this up, by the time she's your age, she'll be almost as good as you are. And then the two of you, I think, douse it a little bit and pull out your long stem matches and burn the remains.
I do the Charleston
And all
over
of
her
the
burning body.
and you do the Charleston. At which point, as that starts to burn, as you are doing the Charleston, standing directly across from you, opposite the burning body, is the girl that you had seen before. No longer stained with blood on her mouth, no longer stained with blood on her dress, which you can now pretty well tell is like the kind of dress that you would wear if it was 1924 and you were going out to fucking party. And she's even got like one of those little flapper headbands that they used to wear. And she looks at you, Mikey, and she's like, I think I would have liked to have met you.
Yeah, I mean, when you're not possessing people's bodies or blowing things up, you seem cool. Blowing things up is cool.
Just got so bored, you know.
Yeah.
I think you get bored too.
Too much.
But I like how you occupy yourself. Well, thank you for helping me to die.
Again.
You're welcome.
And then she looks at you, Nora, and is like, you're stronger than you should be.
What do you mean?
She gestures to the paving stone that you lifted with basically your bare hands.
Yeah.
And she's like, Mother said I was stronger than I should be as well. That's why no boys would dance with me. You should let boys dance with you.
Why?
Something to keep in your pockets, little one. But,
Whatever.
and she points at the both of you and says, when your parents tell you to stay away from liquor, listen, it's not for young ones.
Who am I licking?
And then she like floats up. It was like, that's not what I said. And she floats into the sky and just
who am I not
dissolves.
licking?
The Dare logo comes across the screen.
Liquor, I
basically.
barely know her.
He's like fucking processing all the shit we just said.
Yeah. Was there anybody still left at the construction site?
Yes, I think that what makes the most sense to do, because of the time that it is, because of where we're at, that like it's going to be like a logo wipe of home is where the hunt is, and it's going to cut to a like sweating and like bags under their eyes, Catch Fletcher and Vince Nichols being like, fuck, is that what this was the whole time? Is a bear gonna come kill us now? I got the worst fucking attorneys. So that's it. As far as I can tell, you banished the ghost. You killed the show.
I like to think like one like final like talking head or whatever of like all of the family together at the end or something, and they're like, well, I hope you got the ratings you wanted. Yeah.
With the bloody green screen. The bloody green screen, not even trying to replace it. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the heroes now?
I would really love a scene like to come in like intermittently during the credits. It's Vlad stepping out of the Applebee's wearing just an apron and he's calling like, hey, honey, we still brought this spare change of clothes, right?
Of course. What do you take me for?
We all remember what happened in St. Louis.
We've been here a million times, of course, of course. We've got the second change of clothes, and then we've got the third and the fourth as well.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, I love that. So yes, the outcome from all of that will be then the aftermath. The Crest-Colgates will basically collapse in their fame. They are disgraced along with this fucking show. Applebee's makes it out unscathed because they had very little to do with what was actually happening.
And the apps.
And the appetizers.
Executive producer Jonny Grubb.
This has been the Monsters Playbook. Home is where the hunt is. Thank you again to Sero for having us on your Twitch stream. And thank you, Sero, Ray, and Jason for playing my weird little family. And Jonny, thanks for being as dastardly as always. And thank you for being my friend. You know what, you can probably take the rest of the outro from here, right?
The Monsters Playbook is produced and engineered by Maya Detchenwander and edited by Maya Detchenwander and Lauren Johnson. Our theme song is by me, Jonny Grubb. If you liked this episode, please tell a friend. We love friends. And if you just can't get enough of the Monsters Playbook, join us on Patreon. We have bonus episodes, exclusive merch, and patron-only mini-series and side stories. Or join us on Discord, where we pretty much just hang out. We're also on social media, obviously, so you can get updates on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and Blue Sky. We'll see you next episode where, as always, I'll have some good news and some bad news. Thanks for listening.